Obviously, because this is wait, is it even fucking live yet? Right. Okay, because this is not my normal well, it's not even my normal content. But like, I'm gonna fucking react. I'm lazy today, and I honestly want to see ghost videos. Did it really die? Oh my god. What was I gonna say? Well, I'm just gonna fucking watch this. Like, I went through Metroid, right? Before this, we only found two missile packs that I missed, and one in Findrana, I think, and then the other one in Chosen Ruins, and I have yet to find the other two ones. But this doesn't matter to you all because today I'm just reacting. And what was I gonna say? I would have my ooh follow me here stuff, but like I'm like that doesn't seem right. You know what I mean? I'm not big enough to fucking have it have people just like fucking follow me when I watch videos. At least playing video games is a different story, right? Because that's my own content. This isn't just like stealing in a sense. Lazy Masquerade. You know what? Let's fucking not get nukes. I was gonna watch nukes. And then I'm like hoaxes. Clear skies. Or you know what? Fuck it. Let's watch nukes first, and then we'll watch the fucking video. That's some good clickbait from Lazy Masquerade. Lazy Masquerade, I believe, is a guy that just talks about scary stories and stuff. So he's like, how does he fucking sound? Isn't he like British or something? Or from the UK or something? Oh wait, well I could have waited. Yeah, we're gonna watch him next. And then I'm gonna okay. For everybody that doesn't know, what I'm gonna do right now, it's called insult the video because I don't believe in ghosts. I'm not disturbed by ghosts or the concept of ghosts existing. Because if there's a ghost right next to me, well, hi. And B, um, because like I react to this content because it's kind of fun, honestly, just like theorizing and stuff. But it's like a degree, right? I don't want to fucking make anything. Also, is it?
Apartment in
Oh
Columbia with
shit!
his
Wait, was wait. Okay, wrong one. I had wrong audio enabled.
wife.
Okay, let's
So
continue.
after Diego finishes moving the furniture into their new
That's
living room and
loud.
setting it up, he records a video to send to his wife to show her how it turned out.
If it's loud, just tell
But
me.
instead,
Or
he
too not
catches
loud.
this.
Sí, hágale, hágale. ¡Uy, venga! ¡Que sí, Ñero, rápido! ¡Perro, lo grabé, Ñero, lo grabé!
Lo grabé hoy.
A
That means I
small
recorded.
childlike hand can be seen opening the
Somebody says
TV
that
cabinet door. But when
Lo grabé.
Diego rushes over, there's no one there.
I'm just gonna be making
Cut
fun
to
of
2
these
weeks
people.
later, and Diego hears creepy
Like,
noises coming from
my
the
perspective
wardrobe
is that
in their
like
bedroom.
people make these
Diego
ghost
is
videos
now
for like
intent on
attention or
capturing
just
more
scare
evidence
people.
of the paranormal activity in his
And there's
new
like more.
home. So
Oh,
he
that's
pulls out
freaky.
his phone and records.
Imagine like, imagine if like you just see fucking hands, hands going like, wait, something like that. You just see like hands in the corner, and I'm just like this. That'd be freaky. Like,
As he goes
there's a
to
bunch of these
investigate.
videos of that caliber.
What happens next is absolutely
Then like nowadays, it's like
terrifying.
on TikTok they have like follow ups and stuff. It's just annoying. It's like they're like ARGs at that point. Nasty. Not gonna lie, that looks like hold up, let's see. Looks like skin rather than like a person or like a black-eyed child. Yeah. That's
As
nasty.
Diego opens the wardrobe door, the pale apparition of a child
Yeah.
can be seen standing
Like-
inside the closet.
Ugh.
And on instinct, he shoves
Like,
the
it doesn't
closet
look like
door
it has
closed in
eyes. That's what I'm
horror.
saying.
But
It's just
gathering
like
his courage, he quickly opens it
empty.
again.
Ugh.
And there's nothing
scary, though.
there. But are these videos real?
Nah,
Are
they're
they
fake.
just a very well done ARG? Or is
Yeah.
it all just an elaborate hoax?
See, you started copying
You
me.
decide.
Fuck off. I'm just kidding.
Viewer videos.
Your videos, ooh.
Australian paranormal researcher Julie from the YouTube channel Unearthly Wanderings invites her friends and fellow investigators on her live stream panel to discuss everything supernatural. Little do they know that one of them is about to have a chilling paranormal encounter live on camera.
With the fucking lights? The lights are gonna flicker like in Ghost Adventures? That's
Kanga's
stupid.
hearing it from Kerry's end, I think.
Yeah.
Hear that?
And you're not touching anything, are you, Terry? Like
No.
in and out, you're going in and out.
No, nothing.
Trying to focus.
See if
I
any
don't
of the
hear
dots
anything.
behind her are moving.
Yeah, I've been
Oh, wait,
focusing
always-
on that, but she like
Like if you want
Terry
to watch
keeps
along,
going,
like the video,
trying to
subscribe.
focus like.
Let's put her up
It's
for a
nukes.
second.
Put her
No.
on the big
It's
screen.
video says-
Terry,
Thank you. Thanks.
Just so we can see your dots on that for a second. See if we
Alright.
can see anything.
Thing. I gotta turn off the light. There.
Oh, that's better.
Now you can see.
You got one on your nose. A dot on your
Yeah.
nose.
Hold on.
Oh, that's
There.
good.
Okay. Everything's good.
You're never touching your mouth.
What?
Yeah,
That's
when
one
you move
touching
your
your
head, it went
mouth.
from your nose to in your mouth.
And again, did you see it? Terry from the YouTube channel Terry Charms Life
Okay.
and Beyond doesn't see or feel anything when a dark hand and fingers appear to reach over and touch her left shoulder. When her friends notice the creepy incident, they are shocked.
Terry.
I don't know. I feel like there's like an issue with
That's
the
what
video
I just
compression.
looked at. Did you see that over
Something
her
behind
shoulder?
you, like your fingers going like this.
Yeah,
behind you.
over your shoulder. You
What?
have like fingers sticking up
Fingers
behind your
go like this.
shoulder.
Behind
Whoa, it's so dark. I'm like looking at my screen. Video looks so dark. Holy fuck, you can't notice anything. Cause like on my TV, it has so much contrast. Hold up, let me show. Wait, actually, this is like what you guys are seeing, right? What I'm seeing is like the YouTube thing, just like instead of black, it's like gray. Like actually like light gray. And what was I gonna say? The video's like pretty bright, so I can see like the little hands right here,
These are
behind
my-
you.
whatever. But like it's not like a
it's
hand
behind
tap.
you.
It's like fake.
It went
I
like this.
swear
It'd be like
to God. You
what is
wait
it called?
till we watch.
Photoshop.
You wait till we watch this back.
You
The other
just
side.
wait a minute. I'm turning on the light.
Turn
You're
the other
freaking
way.
out.
The other
You
way.
guys just said a Hungry Valley
Turn the other
picture.
way. Turn your head the other way.
It was
Right.
like behind your shoulder,
It went like
like
that.
just fingers. I
Yeah.
saw it.
Like,
So did I. Not even on yet.
Ready? There,
What
look.
the-
Oh,
no,
look
look
at it.
What the hell is that?
oh, fuck. I want to fucking.
Hang on, that's so.
I was in that. I
fucking
was
Oh
like
my
flexible.
gosh, that's not even cool. I don't know.
Imagine just
Glider or
like
something,
you just,
doesn't
see,
it?
What is that?
you just see
What
like
the hell?
you just see like
Now, I have no idea what this is,
So fucking
as I've
stupid.
never seen a
It's just
video glitch that looks anything like this.
it's a video glitch.
And this does kind of look like,
It's a video
well,
glitch.
a finger to me. But if you have a more rational explanation, please let me know down in the comments.
Look at how it
You can
travels.
watch this video and the entire live stream over on the YouTube channel, Unearthly Wanderings. This next creepy video was sent in to us by YouTuber Filthy Valentine. In his email, he explains that there is an abandoned house in the hillside woods above his town that is said to be
It
haunted.
could also be like a filter, I think, because like you
Plans
can
to
add like
explore
filters and zoom. But who
So
knows?
after a long walk through the woods, he finally finds the home and begins to film his
Oh.
exploration. Now,
Nice.
this video was definitely recorded with a potato
Look at that.
phone 2004. But
Potato.
even through all the blocky pixels,
yeah.
he does seem to capture something truly bizarre.
What they all say.
This looks like it must have been at one point a pool.
The potato can, dude. This is my potato can. Actually, I have a phone, an old phone. Where'd it go?
Okay.
Oh fuck. Dude, where'd it go? This is my potato phone. Camera. Like, I go. There's no button to take it. Just gonna insinuate that I'm taking pictures. Except for this one right here.
Did you see it?
No, I didn't
As
see
he
it.
approaches the abandoned house, what seems to be a pale, distorting face can
That
be
was
seen
so
in the
fucking
window.
fake. Oh my
The
god.
YouTuber says that he didn't even notice this bizarre figure until he went through
It's like,
his
look,
footage back at home.
Even if it is like the
He has-
bad video compression, like all he has to go is like
Distorting
edit like
face
frame by
can be
frame,
seen in a window.
add like some sort of like image. He made like an MS Paint with like the pixels. Go on Photoshop or something and just like make it all blurry and fucked up.
The YouTuber says that he didn't even notice this bizarre figure until he went through his footage back
Like,
at
all the
home.
way like
YouTuber says that he didn't even notice
moves in
this
the video is a
bizarre
little
figure
like unnatural, right?
until he went through his footage back.
And it could also just be like a weird like reflection too. Not gonna lie.
The YouTuber
If
says that he didn't
tamper
even
with it.
notice this bizarre figure until he went through his footage back at home. He has no idea who or what this could be, and he says that he was completely alone at the time. So did he capture something paranormal? Or just
Nah.
what is this? Let me know.
It's my TV.
You've stopped by. Viewer Philip says that he and a
Filthy
Marine
Phil.
guard were on duty on a ship sailing just off the coast of Somalia. Because the ship
Somalia.
was in danger of attack from a group of Somali pirates that had been spotted earlier, all ship passengers were on lockdown and safely inside. Philip says that absolutely no one was allowed on the deck of the ship, and no one could even access the deck area without passing by the Marine guard. So
I mean, that makes
Philip is
sense.
shocked when they check the boat's CCTV camera and see this on the ship's deck.
Oh, there's a potato cam. Come on. Those types of cameras are known to like glitch. Oh my god, there's an outline of somebody. Oh, ghost. It actually does look like somebody though. And just disappears. That's so fake. It's like a. It has like well, they're on a video editor too. I'm pretty sure where they can trim stuff. So like maybe whatever this program is could like you can add like some sort of like effect that makes it like blend in with the background of somebody, right? And then like obviously make it gray, black and gray. Then add like some sort of like fade transition. You just press enter and it just disappears. And then like
Someone suddenly
somebody, like,
seems to appear
on
on
the
the
outside of
deck
the camera,
and seems to just be standing there, motionless.
just fucking presses
Then,
enter or
after
whatever.
a few seconds, whoever it is seems to disappear into
Though it
thin
is
air.
paused.
Utterly confused, the security crew
Yeah,
immediately
right,
does
that's
a
stupid.
sweep of the deck to locate the person, but they find no one. The crew has no idea
Is
who
the video even moving? First of all,
appear on the deck and seems to just be.
doesn't even tell you.
The
What a
crew has
trash
no
video.
idea who or what their CCTV camera captured that night. Before we move on to the next video, if you see anything that you
It
think
is a
should
government
be
though,
included
so
in
they
the
probably
top
use like
5,
some sort of
contact us at
proprietary stuff.
nukestop5@gmail.com.
He's evil. Why does he have
208.
Gmail capitalized?
Popular Japanese paranormal YouTube channel Clip Store received a strange message from one of their viewers. The anonymous man claims that a few
Okay.
years back, he and a
Yeah.
group of friends explored an abandoned hotel in Japan.
Yeah.
The story goes that a female member of their group wandered off and just disappeared. When they finally found her, she was incoherent, hunched over in front of a bathroom mirror in room 208. He says that the girl was just never the same again. She was hospitalized soon after and later consigned to a mental ward. After this experience, the girl's friends now believe that the hotel's room 208 is cursed. So completely alone, investigator Gachan sets out to explore the creepy hotel. Now the
What a
hotel has been
interesting
abandoned
story.
for over 20 years and is in a terrible state. Gachan searches the building trying to find the allegedly cursed room 208. All he knows about the room is that it is said to be decorated in an older Japanese style.
Oh, I thought those were pictures of the room. Fuck, so this is the room itself? Dang. This is like torn apart. The wallpaper and everything is just falling apart. Looking up here.
誰かいますか
Interesting. Again, this is why I want to urban explore one day. But then I'm like, is it illegal?
誰かいます？
Yeah, they are screenshots of this.
ここやね。はあ、いや落としたよな今。誰か。
That's a nasty sounding door.
Kachan hears the unexplained sound of a door closing somewhere at the end of the hall. He follows the sound and bizarrely, it leads him right to room 208.
Maybe somebody lives there, that's why.
和室です。ここかな。ここか。和室の洗面台ですね。
You gonna be somebody behind him or
うずく
something?
まってたってことか。ここが和室の洗面台ですね。その女性の方はここでうずくまってたっていうことみたいですけど。あ、これ合わせ鏡になって
Oh,
る。
it's an infinite mirror.
うわ、これ合わせ鏡になって
Oh,
る
those
わ。
eyes. What the fuck was that?
これ最悪だよね、これ。ダメくない？
Eyes.
ちょっとこれ完全に合わせ鏡になってるよ。え、そういうこと？合わせ鏡って
Yeah, no
Just
wonder.
the-
She probably got freaked out by her thing,
What?
her reflection.
合わせ鏡なの？他の部屋どうなってる？ちょっ
What happened?
誰？
The music is really off-putting.
誰かいた？誰かいた？ちょっと待って、嘘や。やばい。
Yeah, you just want to
Did
get
you see
out of
it?
there.
Right behind the investigator, someone or something can be seen
Oh
moving
shit!
past a
Then
doorway.
it must have been the lights. Yeah.
Kachan is shocked, but
What, okay.
nevertheless, he runs toward the location where
What
he
I saw was at the earlier on when he looked into the mirror. There were like these three little lights that form kind of like a triangle or something. Hold up, let me see if I can. No, it's like back.
完全に合わせ鏡。
Hold up, maybe you can see him.
合わせ鏡な。
Yeah, right there, like that. What was that? I was like, oh, that's the ghost. Nope, turns out he actually saw a shadow.
Kachan might be what drove the girls to get out of there. So, could this side? What? There. But someone or something can be seen. Did you see it? Right behind the investigator, someone or something can be seen moving past a doorway.
That seems
Kachan
nasty.
is shocked, but nevertheless, he runs toward the
Yeah.
location where he saw the figure. But there's no one there. Kachan is a little spooked and decides it might be best to just get out of there. So, could this creepy figure be what drove the girl to madness in cursed room 208? Let me know what you think. You can check out this full investigation and many more creepy videos with English subtitles
Yeah,
over
but
on the
they're like
YouTube channel
fake.
Clip Store.
No, they're probably a good
Walk
time
through the
to like,
graveyard.
get scared. Watch.
This next video was sent in by Nuke's Top 5 viewer Justin Richards, who says that he and his two friends were exploring a small allegedly haunted
NBS.
graveyard in Shepherdstown, West Virginia, when they captured something downright creepy.
And they said we can come to the graveyard ourselves and
Uh-huh.
see people one time to be trying to capture anything.
Alright, where are you?
Nowhere else.
Give me a sign that you're here. Something.
There's gonna be a ghost, watch. Oh my god, right there. That's dumb. definitely edited in.
Anything at all.
Did you see it? When slowed down and brightened, some dark figure can be seen walking in front of the friends. Justin says he has analyzed the footage.
Oh, that little flute sound in the music is what I heard on New Year's Eve. Said like I basically like talked about like how on New Year's Eve I heard this really like flute sound. And that's the sound I heard. Not almost exactly, something like that. It's weird. It's just like a story I told about how I just heard a random flute and nobody knew the neighbors don't own a flute. It was weird.
Over and over, but can
It
find
sounded like
no
tribal.
explanation for this creepy apparition.
Happened like twice.
As he gets closer,
First time I
he
heard the
stops
sound.
walking.
The second
It
time my
stops
sister
walking.
heard the sound and I heard the
It's
sound.
standing there. He's still walking.
Anyways,
So it's not his shadow.
let's just take the music.
This
though.
is not a
That shit
solid
reminds me of-
person. This is nothing. And then what really made me believe that this is not his shadow is this is a half wall
That is weird.
right here. So if by some chance I had a light
But
that
it's
bright,
edited
which I
in,
don't,
so
you
you
can
can
see that there's
do
no
movie
light here
magic.
that's that bright.
Yo,
Okay.
163. That's probably either the camera, how it names the video, or it's just like I don't even know, like the SD card or something. Cause like I know when I make my videos, oh, I should react to that next. But like once like I'll start with that tomorrow. My videos and stuff that I made for the English class. Cause the grades are in. There's nothing.
I would not have seen the
happens
top
if
half
I show
of
them
him.
off.
I would only seen the bottom
So
half.
I'll remember
because of
to
the
show
wall.
off the videos for my
So
English
just what did Justin capture on camera
Yeah, that's
in the
weird.
graveyard? Let me know down in the
Ooh, and I
comments.
have a mess on my bed. Fuck.
Truth or consequences?
Uh-huh.
Kent Burris from the YouTube channel Ghosts of Carmel, Maine lives in an old house in Carmel, Maine
Oh,
that
yeah, I
he
like
says is
this.
extremely haunted by several spirits.
This is the nice
one of which
energy.
he is nicknamed, quote, Shadow Dude. Now, over the years, Kent's videos have intrigued both paranormal believers and skeptics alike. But in his most recent video, Kent actually invites independent paranormal investigators into his home to witness and experience the activity for themselves. The investigators bring all of their ghost
I'll
hunting
be, like,
equipment
in
and
the background.
devices and start checking every room in the house. They are shocked by what they encounter.
You might as well just shut that thing off. Oh, there we go.
Is that his EMF?
EMF, REM pod, everything's going off.
Cool.
What
Whoa.
was that?
Whoa.
What?
I heard
What
it.
was that behind my head? I don't know.
Was it the furnace or was it right behind your head?
No, it sounded like
If
something.
it was a furnace, that click would have
No, I did HVAC my whole life. That was no furnace.
Yeah, the furnace.
My father's master builder says.
That dude, it sounded like somebody just threw a rock at me or hit the wall next to me. But
Was
it
that
sounded
you?
The furnace is shut off. The power shut off
Yeah.
to it.
That sounded like a rock was like.
Oh, the power of the furnace is off?
Yeah.
It definitely sounded like something.
This
like
is the
chips.
power bank I got.
Yeah.
That's the word I was.
Yeah, I would
The
just
red pod though, like,
Just keep it
it's
in here.
crazy. We're at this house and
You
the red
left
pod's
Kenneth
going
and that
off.
did not go off once.
The red
Really?
pod's going off.
That's kind of troubling.
And we're all sitting here like, oh yeah, whatever. That's not normal. That is not normal.
So that's the one that detects if something's by it.
Yes, you can leave that thing in your bedroom while you sleep at night. If
It'll
there's
never
nothing
go
in your
off.
room, nothing will happen. This is not normal. This is the only place I've ever seen this.
The investigators say that they have never experienced anything like what's happening at Kent's home. A woman named Janice, who says she has 20 years of experience in the paranormal field, asks Kent if her group can investigate the very supernaturally active basement of his house without him being present. So
You're
Kent
gonna fix
agrees,
something.
but with one condition, that they will not provoke the spirits to get a reaction, since of course Kent reminds them that he still has to live in the house after they leave. But wouldn't you know it, they just don't listen. A static infrared camera in the basement records as Janice begins to provoke whatever it is that might haunt the basement. And of course, it did not.
Oh wait,
go
let me get
well.
my blanket.
Alright, I want to take another tack with this. Out of respect for Kent, I'm not gonna piss you off, okay? Out of respect, he asked no provoking. I respect that. do something. Push me. Play with my hair. Okay?
So what's happening? They're provoking the spirits, even though the guy said not to?
Something push me.
Janice gets exactly what she asked for as something violently pushes her. And at the exact same time, the static infrared camera captures a shadow-like figure disappearing into a hole in the basement wall.
That looks like a cat.
So this was a while ago, but after Kent opened up his home to all of these paranormal investigators, most of them seemed convinced. 2 different paranormal investigation teams and many curious ghost hunters now say that they have personally witnessed strange supernatural activity in Kent's house.
Something push me.
But do you think that these encounters are proof that Kent's house...
Look.
Something push me.
But do you...
How is... Look.
Supernatural activity in Kent's house.
What the fuck, Razor Updater? Oh my god. Look.
This is what I'm trying to prove. Strange supernatural activity in Kent's house.
Look at the wire. Look at the next frame before that happens. This video's fake. And it goes back. Oh my god, I was gonna say like restart to make your fucking Razor devices work. Oh, good news, the videos
Something push me.
But do you think that these encounters are proof that Kent's house is really haunted? As always, I leave that up to you to decide. Definitely check out this full uncut video for yourself, as well as many more spooky ghost investigations over on the YouTube channel, Ghosts of Carmel, Maine. Thanks for watching. Follow me.
Fucked up with the wire. Okay, let's watch this one, the hoaxes one. These are all hoaxes, so. I'm cold. So I'm like blowing air into this. You guys don't hear that. Isn't it like a song like that? Ooh, cold.
Well, Lazy Legion, it's Halloween again.
Lazy Legion?
And this year, I think you
Is that
will
what he
deserve a
calls
little
his
treat.
group?
A treat that comes in the form of a list of tricks. Usually, we try to stick to true crime and real scary stories on this channel. But today, we're turning our attention towards hoaxes.
Yeah.
Specifically, this Hoaxes Iceberg, created by
They
Reddit
copied me.
user
They
Silent
copied me.
Chatter.
Just kidding.
This
I
chart's
never
filled to
did
the
do a
brim with
hoax.
all manner of
Iceberg.
deceptions that have taken place
No,
over
that's
the
pretty
years.
cool one day.
Some of them harmless fun.
Like, I need to like
others
research.
far more sinister, with real-world consequences. As we make our way down from the clear skies into the murky waters, things will get.
I already saw the tree
progressively more
octopus. That one's like
for the
already
most
been
part,
done. This iceberg's been done before.
It's a pretty big iceberg, so I'll be skipping the entries that don't fit with the Halloweeny vibe we're going for. I'll also be
Why am
throwing
I
a couple
doing
of
this?
my own
Oh
choices into
fuck!
the mix too.
I thought this was like a new video.
So make sure you have that bell icon turned on. Cue that iceberg tier list music. And join me.
Then I'm gonna
as
watch
we
some
make
things
our way
like
down
Christmas related, I
into the
guess. Like
abyss.
actually.
Bigfoot's body. In
What?
2008, 2 Bigfoot hunting hobbyists named Matthew Whitten and Rick
Oh,
Barr
yeah, easy hoaxes,
contacted the
okay, that's
media
the
with a
word.
bold claim. According to them, they'd just made the discovery of the century. While exploring a remote wooded area in North Georgia, they accidentally stumbled upon a Sasquatch den, home to a small community of primitive ape men and ape women. On the outskirts of the den, they found a dead male Bigfoot, which they said was 7 feet 7 inches tall and weighed more than 500 pounds. They managed to drag the carcass away from the den without being detected and put the creature's body on ice. They then immediately called up news outlets to report their discovery and sent them this photo to prove they really had found a dead Sasquatch. They added that they were going to release video footage that
That looks like a
taken
bunch of
from
hair
living
with like
specimens,
guts.
along with indisputable DNA evidence that this really was the missing link. Big publications like CNN and the New York Times began reporting on the alleged discovery, and Sasquatch enthusiasts around the world started getting excited that this was really it. This was the eureka moment. Bigfoots were real. Bigfoots?
Yeah, they're not.
I'm not sure how you pluralize it, to be honest. But one thing
Big
we
feet.
can all be sure of is that this was all a hoax. No evidence
Mhm.
was ever presented by the two men, which proved they'd really found a genuine Sasquatch carcass, and the photo was denounced as a fake.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out that one of the men, Rick Dyer, ran a Bigfoot tours company, and this whole thing was just a publicity stunt to help him drum up business, and also for him to get his 15 minutes of fame. Hey, we're
Yeah,
talking
back
about it
then,
now,
people used to
so
do that a lot.
I guess it worked.
Nowadays, it's like
As
5
for his
minutes of
accomplice,
fame on
Matthew
the internet.
Whitten, he was fired from his job as a police officer for his role in this hoax. Fake celebrity deaths. If there's one thing that the internet's filled with, it's reports on fake celebrity deaths. Or at least it used to be.
Yeah.
I remember seeing loads of these growing up.
Like Tupac is in
Rowan Atkinson was a
Cuba.
common one that popped
Now
into my
isn't
feed
it
from
like
time to
he's in
time.
Sweden or something?
Eddie
Like
Murphy
that's
apparently
fucking
died
weird.
in a snowboarding accident. To be honest.
Oh, wait,
pretty much
wait.
Every major celebrity.
Oh, no,
has
wrong
been
ones.
hoax at one stage or another.
No. Like that. I was thinking of like celebrities faking their own deaths or something. Never mind. No. I think it's like celebrities dying. People reporting on that, which is like dumb. It's like Justin Bieber died fatally in a car accident or something like that, right? It's like that's fake. It's like there's no premise to that at all. But like they still reported on it.
There you'd be.
I don't know why
Be
they
scrolling down
would do
your
that
newsfeed
other
on
than for the
Facebook,
clicks.
And then, bam. R.I.P. Will and Jaden Smith.
Hmm?
You will be missed. So why were these hoaxes so common back in the day?
Yeah.
Well, for starters, they're easy to make up. And if you create a fake post about a well-known person's passing, a lot of gullible people will probably take it at face value and share it around without Google checking first. This turned out to be a much bigger problem than people realized. Hackers quickly became aware of how easily these rumors spread.
Oh,
began
and they
to
stopped
disseminate
this.
Their own fake celebrity death articles online.
But
People would stumble upon a picture of their favorite famous face, see the breaking news headline and that big old RIP, hit the share button without thinking, and then click on the article. The link would take them to a site designed to infect their computer with malware.
yeah. So well the hackers didn't stop this, but it led to the practice kind of dying out because many news sites didn't want to like mislead their audience anymore and like let them like to like a bad link.
They'd become scams set up with the intent purpose of obtaining your name, address, and bank details.
Oh my god. I have a story. This guy, my mom got a random phone call. And this is how I woke up on the nick of time. My mom got a phone call. This is what my mom said. Hola, ¿quién es? And it's like, hola, Enedina. No, it was like, hola, somos del banco. Eres Enedina. And then like because that's my mom's name, and then like last name, right? And then what you call it? It like literally said it like everything like kind of normally, and then it's like Enedina, and then last name. It was like Enedina, last name, and then like, are you? And then it repeated it again, the name, my mom said, and my mom was like, oh yeah. It was like yeah, and then she pressed 1 to continue, and then what you call it? You took it to a representative of the bank. Like, hola, soy el representativo de el banco. Estamos hablando porque tiene una carta de crédito que quiere activar. No. It wasn't like activate or anything. It was like, and I think because like she didn't have a new credit card. Because like she did. God damn, what the fuck? What is my mom doing? But basically, they were like, yeah, give me the can you please give us the number of your credit card? We just need one of them to activate your card. And my mom was like, oh yeah, ahorita le doy. And then when she said that, I burst out. Because like all that translates to like, oh yeah, hello, blah, 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 all that happens, right? Explain. And then mom was like, oh yeah, let me give you my credit card number. Then what do you call it? My mom, I got mad. I went running through the hallway. I was like, nope, this is a scam. Because then they started asking for her social security number for whatever reason. And it wasn't even like the bank's number either. So I was like, just say you're gonna whatever the fuck they're asking for, you're gonna do it at their bank or whatever. Like, oh yeah, let me do that. It's like, voy a activar la tarjeta, lo que sea, lo que ustedes quieren en el banco. And then they're like, oh, okay. My mom hung up. They're trying to scam my mom is the whole
And
point of the
millions
story.
social media users.
I'm bringing this up because
inadvertently
this
help
reminded
spread
me of that. It happened today too.
These types of scam articles are nowhere near as common as they were back in the early 2010s, but they do still crop up today, so stay vigilant. Paul is dead, and the Avril Lavigne replacement theory.
What?
So we've just covered fake celebrity death reports. Easy to disprove with a simple Google search. But then there's the other type of celebrity death hoax. The replacement theories.
Oh yeah.
The two most famous ones have to be Paul is dead and the Avril Lavigne replacement hypothesis. According to these
so
theories,
dumb.
both Paul McCartney and Avril Lavigne died early on in their respective careers, but were replaced by body doubles so that their labels could continue to sell records. Those who take these theories seriously like to point to changes in both of their appearances over time. Changes that supposedly occurred after their original versions died.
Okay.
Subliminal clues are apparently scattered throughout both of their discographies too. For example, at the end of the Beatles song, Strawberry Fields Forever, you can supposedly hear John Lennon sing the line, "I buried Paul."
That's stupid. Oh, wait. Wait, no, we're fine.
John himself
There's no
actually
music.
said he sang the words cranberry sauce, but hey. All of the Beatles were aware of the Paul is dead hoax, and despite each member repeatedly saying it was just a stupid rumor, the urban legend still persists. As for Avril Lavigne, people point to the appearance and disappearance of various moles and blemishes on her skin between her first and
It's the makeup. What the fuck? And the overexposure too. Not purple. Why is she? What? Straight hair, wavy. What? These people are crazy. No, they're the same
as
people.
well as her sudden makeover during that period. I mean, it's almost like people change over time. Like Paul
Yeah.
before her, Avril has denied these replacement rumors on multiple occasions and believes the theory only came about because, quote, people are just bored and need something to talk about.
Yeah. Exactly.
Dead celebrities are still alive.
Yeah, then there's that one.
So
That's the
in
one I was
contrast to
talking
the last
about
entries,
Tupac.
Sometimes people don't want to admit that their idol has passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand. Letting go can be hard. As such, some folks have come up with theories about how certain dead celebrities are actually alive and well.
That's horrible.
Some more believable than others. Elvis was an undercover FBI agent that infiltrated the
Okay.
mafia, and the feds helped him fake his own death so he could slip away into witness protection. Michael Jackson faked his death to escape the limelight, and then appeared on The Larry King Show under the name Dave soon after, as a secret farewell to his biggest fans. Countless others
What?
escaped to a private island somewhere to live out their days in peace. Well, the sad reality is,
Yeah,
no
that's
one
not
lives
true.
forever. Celebrities especially. Those who achieve any degree of fame actually have a lower life expectancy than the average person, and the more famous they get, the shorter they're predicted to live.
Uh-oh.
The pressures
I'm
of
gonna
fame and
live to like the
success
age of
can
100.
ultimately be too much for many
25
celebrities to bear,
billion.
and they turn to a life of excess as a means of escape, which in turn has a huge impact on both their health and wealth.
Mhm.
It's not uncommon for them to spiral out of control and end up in some dark places, mentally, physically, and financially, with the rest of the
Yeah.
world looking on and treating their decline as entertainment. With all that in mind, the fact that they often pass so young really
That
shouldn't
line
surprise us at all.
is interesting, and I agree
When it
with
comes
that.
to all of these dead celebrities are still alive theories, when you look into them for more than 5 minutes, it
they're
becomes
like
glaringly
fake.
obvious they're full of massive logical holes, are based on little to no evidence, and are nothing more than wishful thinking at best, and intentional.
And then there's the people that are like, yeah, I'm actually Elvis. They
I
come out
remember
and
there
say
being this
stuff.
great commercial back
There's
in the
those
day
other
that
ones
played
too.
into this type of hoax, and had Kurt Cobain, Elvis, John Lennon, Tupac, Bruce Lee, and Marilyn Monroe all living it up on a secret island, hiding from passing ships and sipping on brewskis. It's a funny ad, but also perfectly showcases how ridiculous some of these theories can be.
Yeah.
Alien autopsy.
Like from
When
Roswell?
it comes to hoaxes, is there anything more classic than a good old alien story?
Yeah.
They're like the margarita pizza of hoaxdom. Basic, yet satisfying. But
Unless
convincing
you
images
listen
of
to a
aliens are
creepypasta
very
where they're
rare
like,
indeed.
hyper realistic blood.
There have been a few
The
that have fooled a
Elvians started
sizable number
bleeding.
of
Hyper
people,
realistic blood.
But perhaps
Then
the one that
hyper
fooled
realistic
the
blood
most
started coming
was
out
the
of my
17-minute
eyes.
long
Then hyper realistic
1995
blood
video, known
splurred
simply as the
everywhere.
Alien
I didn't know how to
Autopsy
explain
Tape.
it to my mom, but my mom
The footage
shrieked
had
in
apparently been
horror.
filmed
Just
at
like,
Area 51
stuff like that.
directly after the 1947 Roswell incident, and was touted as being a leaked government
Yeah,
secret.
it was like pig guts and stuff.
The
That's
Granger Report
what I remember
shows
reading from the
three
book.
scientists in full hazmat suits dissecting a realistic-looking dead alien that was found.
But it's
in a
not. It's
crashed
like
spaceship.
it's all fake.
The realistic footage captured the public's imagination, and a documentary investigating the tape's authenticity was made, called Alien Autopsy: Fact or Fiction. This documentary aired on Fox 3 times, with one broadcast reaching 11.7 million viewers. For over a decade, people debated whether this was a genuine government tape or not, with there being no definitive proof either way. So, Alien Autopsy: Fact or fiction? Well, it's on this iceberg, so I think you already know the answer to that.
Fiction.
Turns out, the footage had been made by 2 British filmmakers, along with a few professional friends they had in the movie industry. They eventually came clean, and said that the alien was a life-size doll.
Yeah.
Its realistic, bendable limbs? They'd been made with lamb bones that they bought at the local butchers.
Mhm.
The alien's insides were made up of sheep's brains and cow gizzards. To their credit, the filmmakers had recorded the footage with a lot of care to detail, making
Yeah.
sure
And what was it to say? Now there are people that believe that they were made to say that, oh my gosh, we faked the footage. You know what I mean? And the footage is fake in itself, because like the people the people that made the fucking footage just explain that it's fake, right? I
all of
gotta
the
take the
props were
word.
authentic for the period, and even
There's
shooting
people
the
that
whole
don't
thing
take
on
their word
16
and like,
millimeter
nah,
film.
they were told to say that.
Of course, some of the more die-hard
Yeah.
alien enthusiasts out there still believe the tape is authentic, and
Yeah.
say the government simply got to the filmmakers and forced them
Told
to
you.
go along with the hoax narrative. And I get it. It's much more fun to believe than to disbelieve. But in this case, the truth isn't out there. It's
Yeah.
right here. And the truth is, this was just a hoax.
Hoax,
2012
hoax, hoax, hoax.
Apocalypse.
Yeah, that one. Okay, yeah, this is the one I'm
takes me
talking about.
back.
I thought the world was gonna
According to the
end.
Mayan
I was
calendar, the world
crying. I'm
was
like,
supposed to end in
mi
2012.
cumpleaños is-" like,
This one was obviously
like
a
my
hoax.
birthday was 2 days before the world was supposed to end or whatever, right? I even covered like a whole fucking scary stream on it. 2012. 12. Yeah, it was the day the world was supposed to end. I had my birthday, and my mom and dad, they looked at me in the eye and they were like, no sabemos si vayas a vivir. And si vayamos a vivir en 2 días. They like fucking fell for the hoax, like hardcore. And I was like, me voy a morir. I'm like, I'm gonna die. And yeah, it's horrible time. 2 days before my birthday, then 2012, no, December 12th, 2012 comes by, and absolutely nothing happens. Absolutely nothing happens. The whole day I was like, the world's gonna end. Was there school that day? I think there was. Let me look at December. Yeah, it was a fucking Wednesday. I think the week before, they actually called my parents and were like, well, if the world ends, there's no school on Wednesday, but if the world doesn't, and they were like joking, right? My parents took it as like it's like the school just being fucking stupid or something. As in like, oh, they're not serious about this. They don't protect their kids. They got like mad. But they're like, if the world ends, there's no school on Wednesday. If it doesn't, well, there's school on Wednesday. So I had to go to school on Wednesday, and I was like,
Take a deep
damn,
breath.
the world didn't end.
Did
I'm
it
just
feel
kidding.
good?
No, that was me.
Of
I
course
was
it
like,
did.
ooh,
You're still alive.
ooh, it didn't end. And now I'm here.
This man
Hmm.
Have you seen this man?
No, I haven't.
Every night, all over the world, hundreds of people see this face in their dreams. If this man appears in your dreams too, or if you have any information that can help us identify him, please contact us. So says the famous flyer that originated on thisman.org.
Cool.
This has to be one of the most popular scary tales to circulate around the internet. As the story goes, the sketch of this man was created by a well-known psychiatrist in New York who was recreating the character that kept appearing in one of his patients' dreams. Soon, the psychiatrist's other patients saw this uncanny image and noted that they too had seen this man in their dreams, despite having never met him in their waking life. The psychiatrist passed the picture on to some of his colleagues, and soon more than 2,000 of their patients had claimed to have
I think
dreamt
that
about
it
this
ended
man
up working
on
into
regular
like
basis.
its way into
As the legend of this man grew in popularity,
Oh, that's
he
scary.
started
That's like a
seeping from
reptilian
the
version.
internet into other media. There was a reference to this man in the X-Files, and here in Japan, a manga series was released about him. Posters and flyers started popping up in major cities, spreading the story of this man to the offline world, and asking people who had dreamt about him to come forward.
Hai
But although
sognato.
many people have claimed to have seen this man in their
It
dreams,
says, have you dreamt? Ha sognato questo uomo? Have you dreamt about this man? I guess uomo is humano or hombre. And Spanish. Like humano in Spanish is like with the H, but it has a U, so I'm like,
but although many people have
well, no, excuse me, that's humano. That means man, hombre. I am so fucking confused. Hold up, let me rephrase this. Okay, I'm like humano, human, but like obviously not make sense.
and asking
Uomo. Yeah, cause like hombre. Yeah, literally. Like, who's homo sapien? And what was I saying? You can kind of get it like that, I guess. You just remember like the roots, like homo. You just like homo is like the only like similar part, but in like other languages and other like dialects of the languages such as French, because I'm pretty sure like in Swiss French, it's like different spellings and stuff, different words. You know, it's
people
like a
who
little
had dreamt
different.
about him to come
Yeah.
forward.
It's probably Italian.
But although
Oh,
many
fuck.
people have claimed to have seen this man,
Switch it
in
up, and I
dreams,
didn't pay.
they're either just suggestible or actively playing into the hoax for fun. The website and the
visto
story
este
were both
hombre
the
en sus
creation of
sueños?
Andrea Natella, an Italian marketer. Natella admitted that this man and thisman.org were simply a marketing ploy, though he never actually said what he was marketing. So, in one sense, the campaign was massively successful, because who here hasn't heard about this man before?
Fucking went in the right.
On the other hand,
Top right.
it was a complete flop, because what the hell was he advertising?
Yeah.
Given the large number of people from all over the world that either helped to spread this hoax or actively bought into it, it's safe to say Natella was tapping into something with his mysterious campaign. There's clearly something about us all collectively dreaming about the same man that really draws us in and captures our imaginations. Fiji Mermaid.
Oh yeah, this is famous,
This creepy
old one.
object is known as the Fiji Mermaid.
Forget how
But
where he
before
got
I
the
explain
face
what
from.
it
I think
is,
from a monkey.
Let me ask you something. Have you ever seen The Greatest
Monkey,
Showman?
fish, and or
You
a
know,
seal.
the feel-good story of P.T. Barnum.
I remember.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but P.T. Barnum wasn't a nice guy. In the movie, he empowered people, but in real life, he was much more interested in exploiting them.
Yeah.
For instance, he sometimes exhibited African Americans with birth defects, saying that it demonstrated their so-called
Oh
inferiority.
god, that sucks.
He also charged people to see a
Horrible person.
161-year-old woman, who in reality was only half that age, and when the woman died, Barnum held a public autopsy for all to see. Try and make a musical number about that. In 1842, P.T. told the world that he had found a real-life mermaid and exhibited this creature to the public. He described it as, quote, an ugly, dried up, diminutive specimen about 3 feet long. Its mouth is open, its tail turned over, and its arms thrown up, giving it the appearance of having died in great agony. This description shocked the public, because, up until that point, everyone imagined mermaids as these beautiful, human-like creatures. Still, its grotesque appearance didn't stop thousands of paying customers coming
it's
to
a
marvel
fish.
at this newly discovered beast.
The fucking image.
I guess there really is a sucker born every minute, like PT said, because this mermaid was nothing but a hoax. As it goes, an American sea captain named Samuel Barrett Eads bought the mermaid from some Japanese fishermen. It's believed the fisherman took the mummified torso and head of a juvenile monkey and sewed it to the back half of a fish as a joke. Well, it was a lucrative joke, because the
Yeah.
captain paid them $6,000 for what he thought was a real mummified mermaid. This treasure eventually made its way back to P.T. Barnum, who profited from it, as he had with numerous hoax attractions throughout his career. The original Fiji mermaid was destroyed in a fire not long after, but
Oh,
several
so these are
recreations
remakes.
like this have since been made.
Hmm.
Beef. Beef refers to a website that appeared in 2001, one that quickly gained notoriety. As the name
Human meat
implies,
products?
the site
Jesus
claimed to be
Christ.
selling human flesh for the quote-unquote sophisticated human meat consumer. The site proclaimed,
That is
"We have
scary.
everything from sausages and soup bones to bouillon
Oh my
and
God.
stock, all made
Jesus.
with the highest quality human meats. Every cut of human meat we sell has been selected for its superb quality and flawless texture. We only offer the choicest cuts of meat." Most people heard about
Jesus.
via emails.
Yeah, there's gonna be a
Emails
hoax that
from
actually
angry,
gets me.
gullible folks
And I'm
who
like,
wanted to
fuck,
have
that's
the site
real.
taken down and the owners investigated.
Yeah.
With
I
the
would
site receiving
too.
500,000 hits a day, the US Food Administration were forced to look into it.
Yeah.
Unsurprisingly, they found no evidence of any human meat being sold. In fact, there wasn't even a way to buy any food products on the site. The only thing for sale was Manbeef branded merchandise. It was simply a spoof site, set up by a guy with the alias Joseph Christopherson, who said he was just trying to be gross and churn a few stomachs. The site shut down at the end of 2001.
Yeah, I mean, there were probably no
Fingering
ads.
Wendy's chili. Meat's still
It's
on the
just
menu
hosting a
this century.
server for no reason.
In 2005, a woman called Ana Ayala ordered a bowl of chili at a Wendy's restaurant in San Jose. She enjoyed the first few spoonfuls, but then,
And then she found
one
a finger or
mouthful
something?
had a particularly strange crunch to it. She spat out whatever she had just bitten into and looked down at it in horror.
It's a finger.
It was the partially cooked tip of a human finger.
Yeah,
which had
this
been
is
hidden in amongst all the
famous.
chili.
It's fake. It's like one of those fake
The
rubber
scandal
ones.
drew international headlines and ended
I
up
remember.
costing Wendy's an estimated $21 million in lost business.
Good.
Nobody wanted to receive a surprise serving of Wendy's finger food.
Yeah.
The company bosses believed that Anna had planted the finger in the chili herself in order to sell her story to the media and potentially take them to court. Rather than let their brand be tarnished, Wendy's instead offered a $100,000 reward to anyone with information about how the finger got in the chili. They didn't need to pay up in the end, however. A police investigation revealed the truth before anyone could claim the money.
That raw?
It
That
came
looks
to
so
light
raw.
That the finger hadn't been cooked in the chili at all. The whole thing was a scam, cooked up by Anna and her husband, Jamie. They'd gotten the severed finger from one of Jamie's co-workers, who lost it in an industrial accident, fried it in a pan at home themselves, and lied about it being in the chili. Anna pled guilty to fraudulently pointing the finger at Wendy's.
Oh my
and was
god.
sentenced to a whopping 1
Jesus.
year's
I don't
behind
remember
bars.
that. I heard the
She was
version that it
released
was
4 years
rubber.
into her sentence on
Fake.
good behavior, but to
Jesus.
this day is banned from ever setting foot inside a Wendy's restaurant.
Great job to the
Tainted
investigators.
Halloween candy.
He's
There have long been rumors that if
Yeah.
you go trick-or-treating,
thought you
some
could get like
despicable
high or
individual
something, or
might
like
drop
there's
some
razor
poison
blades.
candy into your bag. Everyone seems to think this is something that happens, but in truth, there have never been any reports of someone being given lace sweets or chocolate by a stranger while trick-or-treating. There was a father who took the life of his own son on Halloween night using this method, so that's likely the genesis of these hoax stories. But yeah, this has never happened to anyone going door to door.
I'm in the UK. Or where he's from. People watch him be like Australian or something.
EAS. In 2013, the residents
Montana?
of Great Falls, Montana, received the shock of their lives when the local TV station, KRTV, was suddenly interrupted by the emergency alert system.
Emergency alert system.
No images flashed on
To say
screen,
early action
but that
system.
bone-chilling warning tone sounded off at an ear-piercing volume before an authoritative male voice made a chilling announcement.
Hmm.
Civil authorities in your area have
I've reported that the bodies of the dead are rising from their graves.
and attacking the living.
This is a classic. I remember hearing this, and they would always play this.
Do not attempt to approach or
Actually, they have like recordings and stuff.
dangerous. This warning applies to
Like
all
ranging from
radios
I think
receiving this
2013.
broadcast. Tune in to 9:20 a.m. to get updated information in the event that you are separated from your television or if electrical service is interrupted. This station will now cease transmission, so please use your battery-powered radio. Tune in to 9:20 a.m. for information.
Yeah.
The message was short, but disturbingly clear. The end was nigh. Thankfully, the ravenous undead hadn't
Obviously,
actually
because this isn't
surfaced,
real,
at least
nothing
on our
happened, right?
brains. This was all the handiwork of some
What was I gonna
unidentified
say?
hackers.
Was it?
Seeing how this hoax took place on a Monday afternoon, few people were tuned in to actually hear it unfold. But just imagine, you're home alone, going about your business.
Wow,
with the
this is
TV on
hackers.
the
I don't remember that.
when you
I remember that one. I remember there being something similar to one. Is there like a way to like see like long ago? – 2013. Yeah, it was like 13 years ago. Look, it's old. Oh, but it's Atlanta.
Civil authorities in your area have reported that the bodies of the dead are rising from their graves and attacking the living. Follow the messages on screen that will be updated as
Yeah.
information becomes available. Do not attempt to approach or apprehend these bodies as they
Okay, it's created a mental loop over and over. Okay, never mind. Okay, yeah, it is fake. Fuck. So then there was a hacker. Okay.
you suddenly hear
Ah,
an
then maybe
emergency
like
warning
as a get
tone, followed by a convincing announcement saying that
wasn't
dead have
invested
awoken
into.
and
Well,
be
not
sworn
invested.
in.
I just didn't like find the source.
I
Or
think a
character
fair
find
few
one.
of us would have started putting our zombie apocalypse plan into action.
That'd be scary. It's scary.
Dark web red rooms.
Oh yeah, this is famous.
The dark web is considered by many to be the wild west of the internet. The World Wide Web's shadowy underbelly.
No, the new Wild West.
A lawless place.
So we
where
go into it, and
anything
then there's the
everything
next
goes.
version of that.
There are countless stories from people who claim to have stumbled upon all manner of illegal activities going on there, right under society's nose.
The truth
Perhaps
is,
most infamous
not
are the
much
stories
happens.
about red rooms.
Just kidding. There's a lot that happens.
Red rooms are said to be sites on the dark web where viewers can pay to watch live streams of people being killed. The things that happen to these poor souls are determined by the viewers, who contribute to the live chat and leave donations with their requests. Whatever these viewers want,
That's scary.
they get, and the highest bidder gets to decide the way the victim is ultimately dispatched of. Just gaining access to these streams is said to cost thousands of dollars.
Yeah, and
perhaps
highly
even
illegal.
tens of thousands. Which
According
begs
to
the
like
question,
the rumor
how do so many
lore
people
thing.
have stories about these red rooms in the first place? Also, how are these red rooms operating? All of the secretive browsers like Tor would struggle to support live stream video, since they all run their web traffic through multiple servers.
Yeah.
People have sold terrible things through the dark web in the past, but it just seems infeasible that they could sell tickets to a live event that would struggle to even run. At the end of the day, it's incredibly hard to prove something doesn't exist, but when the only evidence we have is anecdotes from anonymous users on the internet, I think it's safe to assume that red rooms
Yeah.
are simply the subject of creepypastas, and nothing more.
Pretty much. It's a fair
The
assumption.
Cooper family falling body photo.
Oh yeah, this one. This
I'm
one's
sure
scary.
you've all come across this image before.
Yeah.
The Cooper family photo.
So, there was a whole
otherwise
story
known
too.
as the creepiest photobomb of all time.
Hmm?
In the 1950s,
Matthew
the Cooper
Santoro would
family
always
bought
put
an
this
old
picture in
house
like the
out
Halloween
Texas.
ones.
On their first night,
Like
the
a
father
list
of the
guy.
household took this photo of his wife, mother-in-law, and 2 young sons. It wasn't until after the image had developed that they realized an uninvited guest had joined them at the dinner table that night.
Oh, yeah, Matthew
A
Santoro is like
brawny
a
or
YouTuber.
dangling body
You all didn't
that
know.
hadn't been there when the father snapped the
Old
picture.
one too. Been around for
They
a
were
long time.
gobsmacked, but more than that, they were terrified.
Hmm.
Clearly, they were now sharing a home with a spirit. There was
Yeah.
no other explanation.
I think they revealed that the
It's a
video was
chilling
hoaxed
photo for
or
sure,
like
but
through
or unfortunately, some might say,
camera
there's no
work or
truth
something.
behind it.
Whatever it's called. I forget the
If
word.
the
There's a term.
strangely convenient composition of the photo didn't give it away, or, you know,
Yeah.
the fact that it's clearly too good to be true, this image is a fake.
Hmm?
The vignette
Exposure
around
or
the picture
something.
is far too symmetrical to be authentic, and the photo has all the hallmarks
Or
of
double
having been
double
digitally
exposure. There we
tampered
go.
with,
That's what it is.
either in Photoshop or some other software. According to hoaxes.org, the story surrounding the image seems to have originated online around 2013.
Mm-hmm.
Though we don't know who created the picture, they likely inserted the fallen ghost into an
Yeah.
actual old image that they had found somewhere in order to make an art piece. Someone then came upon it online, created the fake story about the Cooper family, and because it's a genuinely creepy photo,
Yeah.
it naturally spread around the internet. Even though the image has been thoroughly debunked, a lot of people still like to say that it's real.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not falling for it though. Drop bears. If you've
Drop
ever been to
bears.
Australia,
Oh.
a local might have warned you to watch out for drop bears, a breed of koala. But where most koalas are docile and herbivorous, drop bears are predatory and carnivorous, and much larger than their gentle cousins.
Okay.
You're
I
bound
thought
to hear
droppers were
stories
real.
about
What the fuck?
unsuspecting travelers taking in Australia's natural beauty, only for one of these drop bears to jump out from a tree and begin ferociously biting and clawing at them.
Mm-hmm.
Very dangerous creatures, those drop bears. They always go for the throat. In reality, this is just an in-joke that Aussies like to tell tourists in order to freak them out a little bit. And
Oh,
plays into
okay.
that whole everything on Australia wants to kill you meme. Slightly cruel.
Yeah.
Mostly funny. 100% a hoax.
Cool. Now we know droppers are fake. So is Australia. And like the latter half of the hemisphere
City,
that's in the
Quiet
south
Hills.
doesn't exist either. I'm just kidding. Imagine I just like
Lake City
just
Quiet
spouting
Hills
off with
dot com
like all these
was the
fake
domain for that old guy's
like,
image host.
yeah,
A website
the
with a
south, the
sinister
southern
undertone,
hemisphere doesn't
hosted
exist.
by a
South
Reddit
America
user
isn't real.
known as Milo.
That'd be so stupid.
It's been speculated
What?
that the website, which on the surface appeared to be nothing
Wait,
more
why
than
am I,
a
like,
place for
full
users
screen?
to share sordid pictures,
Oh my God,
was
I'm
actually
sorry.
a front for real-life contract assassins.
Like got so into the
These
video.
rumors started when someone
Shouldn't have
found
done that.
strange
Oops.
things in the site's coding. There appeared to be secret messages and ciphers hidden in the HTML, saying things like need formed group 8 to 10, single operation, delivery bonus, gentleman's agreement insurance, immediate need.
Where are they
2
reading that?
English speakers, private sector at sea, HW experience a must, recent S or SBS preferred. These cryptic messages got a lot of people talking on Reddit. To many, they sounded like job listings for hitmen. HW experience? Heavy weapons? Theories started to be thrown around, especially with regards to the site's domain name, Lake City Quiet Pills. That was an odd domain for a site called That Old Guy's Image Host to have. Some users speculated that Lake City could be a reference to the Lake City Army ammunition plant, the largest producer of small round ammo for the US government. If that was true,
Like they were like
then
US like
Quiet
hitmen.
Pill might be code for a bullet. Users started digging through the Reddit history of the site's host, Milo. One thing they noticed was he often talked about his real-life experiences in the military. He'd leave replies to other users, saying things like, I can tell you from experience, piano wire is hard to pull through someone's neck. .030 to 050 stainless steel works
Okay,
best
that's
in my honest
weird.
opinion.
Why would you say
Don't
that?
use brass or bronze. Avoid using wound guitar strings too. They make too much noise. He also gave his detailed thoughts on the best way to dispose of a body. What's the time factor involved? Will they be missed quickly? oftentimes moving the body to a secure, remote area and letting it go for a couple of months, and then disposing of the bones is best.
Okay,
But
weird.
it must be really remote. Reddit detectives concluded that Milo must have been an old contract killer, and, now in his old age, was hosting the Lake City Quiet Pills website for working mercenaries looking for jobs. Links between the site and real-life hits were drawn up. Ideas, like the name Milo standing for Military Intelligence Liaison Officer, were being discussed.
Okay.
All of the evidence
Like,
was
people
coming together.
putting all this
Though
into, like-
obviously, it was all speculative.
Yeah.
And none of it actually proved that Milo or his website were linked to real-life assassins.
Exactly.
There are still plenty of people who believe Lake City Quiet Pills is a merc-for-hire website. But in all likelihood, the whole story was a fabrication. The trail of
Mhm.
breadcrumbs left by Milo and others is a little too convenient for my taste.
Yeah.
On top of
It's
that,
like they
popular
want you to
YouTuber
think
Fairly
it's real.
Sociable did some digging research and came to the conclusion that the whole thing was a hoax, devised by a Second Life role player named Trent Katsu. The whole thing was apparently perpetuated by members of the DSF forum. In all likelihood, that old guy's image host was just some shady website Trent and his friends set up, which they then
Yeah.
all decided to have some fun with, thus birthing the Lake City Quiet Pills mystery. Even if they were posting genuine secret messages in the code, you can rest assured they weren't really job listings for assassins.
Yeah.
Jenkum. Oh lord, I didn't want to talk about this one. But here we go.
What is this then?
So back in November of 2007,
I've never heard of
there
this.
was a bit of a widespread panic across the USA about a substance called Jenkum. This Jenkum was apparently becoming popular in middle schools and high schools throughout the country.
Wait, is he
and was being
American? Oh
used
my
by
god, I'm
youngsters
sorry.
As a way to get high. They'd take this liquid substance known as Jenkum and inhale the fumes to hallucinate.
Is that why people didn't want
So,
you to, like,
how were so
fucking
many broke
sniffing
students
markers?
getting their hands
Like
on this Jenkum
permanent
stuff?
markers or whatever?
Well, they were making it. You see, Jenkum is purportedly a real thing. It originated in South Africa and is made from fermented human feces. Writer Emma Guest described the
Okay.
making of Jenkum as fermented human sewage, scraped from pipes and stored in plastic bags or bottles for a week or so until it gives off numbing, intoxicating fumes. These bags and bottles are sealed tightly so that the precious fumes don't escape. After the waste has festered, those fumes are then inhaled and are said to give the user intense visions and feelings of euphoria and serenity. Hydrogen sulfide,
Jesus
aka
Christ.
sewer gas, has been tested on mice in the past. And yes, it does indeed cause hypoxia, which can result in feelings of euphoria.
So, in other words, hypoxia? Let me fucking... Hypoxia. It's like when you're asphyxiating yourself almost. Like, yeah. Okay. It's the same, so I guess it's this, you know, people like getting choked out because they get into this euphoric state where they're like, oh yeah, like, oh, it feels good, but it's because like their body is actually dying because of the lack of oxygen, and so they get addicted to that feeling.
So, Jenkum itself is likely not a hoax, and really is still used in parts of Africa to this day, particularly in Zambia.
Yeah.
What was a hoax was that students in the USA
Yeah,
were
students,
using
yeah,
it en
that's
masse
stupid.
in 2007. So where did this hoax originate? From what I understand, the Sheriff's Department of Collier County, Florida, issued a bulletin about widespread Jenkum.
Oh, that's not real. That's like, what is that called? Tamarindo.
Guy called Pickwick, who described how to make the stuff.
That's tamarind.
After hearing about this, TV stations began reporting
Jenkum sauce.
telling
Shut the
parents
fuck
that this was a national problem,
Shut the
and to
fuck
smell their children's breath when they came home from school to check if they'd been using butt hash. Never thought I'd
What?
say that on this channel. As it turns out, these TV stations were full of shit.
Yeah.
There have been no reports of students using Jenkum in the USA that year.
What
and
the
it remains unclear why
fuck?
they thought it was such a national problem in the first place.
I want to make fun of this.
Must have been a slow news week.
I want to be like,
But
I'm your local Jenkum dealer, but that's
Yeah.
a fucking lie.
Jenkum. Not even once.
What the fuck? I get like
Hanging
banned
out
off Twitch.
in Wizard of Oz. I'm sure we're all familiar with
Oh,
the
yeah.
Wizard of Oz, right?
Like you can see the hanging
This
person.
classic movie became famous for its pioneering use of Technicolor, but in recent years has become infamous for an urban legend attached to it. In one scene that's come to be known as the Tin Woodsman sequence, Dorothy and her companions are shown
And you can see
happily
somebody
skipping down
hanging
the yellow
in the
brick
back.
road.
That's the witch or something.
Off in the
background.
distance, however, something can be seen swinging in the background. A dark blob. The story goes that one of the Munchkin actors had hanged himself during the filming of that scene, and that this dark object is him, dangling from the rope. The reason this story became so prevalent is likely because of the film's VHS release. For the first time, audiences were able to rewind the movie and pause at this specific moment to analyze the background and speculate on what this sinister blob might be. But the thing about watching a VHS on a home television is that the picture quality is nowhere near the level of film projected onto a cinema screen.
Yeah.
A lot of time had passed between when the film was screened in theaters and when it came out on VHS, so most people watching it from the comfort of their own armchairs had never seen it on the big screen. If they'd been able to, they would have realized that the dark figure in the background was quite obviously not a dangling human, and was most likely a crane. The additional fact that the Munchkin actors didn't arrive on set until after the Tin Woodsman sequence had been filmed should be enough to put this myth to bed once and for all. Still, even though we can add this entry to our ever-growing pile of hoaxes,
There's the other one.
there are still plenty of true horror stories attached to the Wizard of Oz's production.
Yeah, like
with
the
terrible
hanging.
treatment of Judy Garland, the aluminium paint poisoning of Buddy Ebsen, and the third-degree burning of Wicked Witch Margaret Hamilton and her stunt double Betty Danko. Seriously, some of the on-set stories from this film are messed up.
Yeah.
Well, to hell.
Well, to hell. Okay, what's this one?
This is an urban legend about a group of Siberian engineers who drilled a hole so deep.
Oh, yeah, and you can hear like the screams of hell.
After drilling to a depth of 14.4 kilometers, they allegedly.
Have I talked about this one live? I think I told my sister
Was lowered
a
into
long
the
time
well,
ago.
along with a microphone.
Now you can hear like
The thermal sensor took a
you can hear
reading
weird
of
sounds.
1,000 degrees Celsius. But more disturbing than that were the sounds picked up by the mic, which were now emanating through the speakers.
There weren't those exactly.
The engineers clamped their hands over their ears to try and block out what they were hearing. The agonizing screams of the damned. There was no doubt in any of their minds that these were the sounds of hell.
Did you play
This
them?
story was first reported on in a religious newspaper called Jewels of Jericho, before being picked up by other Christian publications, who either sincerely thought this story was true, or were just trying to convince their readers that there really is
Let
hope.
me play it. This is the sound. Apparently, there is sounds of hell. No, I'm not gonna fucking. I hate how the TikTok now is fucking best. Not even the best. It's like just fucking. Oh, that's pretty decent.
Now I've got a clean copy of it now, and I warn you.
Yeah, this is from a radio host that
this could
purported
scare
spread the hoax.
Here's the email. Dear Art Bell.
Oh, what he thought it was,
I just recently began listening to your radio show and could not believe it when you talked about the sounds from hell tonight. My uncle had told me this story a couple of years ago, and I didn't believe him. Like one of your listeners who discounted the story as nothing more than just a religious newspaper fabricated account. The story about the digging of the hole and the hearing of the sounds from hell is very real. It did occur in Siberia.
This is a fake
My
video,
uncle
just
collected videos and audio tapes
reporting probably.
and so forth on the paranormal,
On,
supernatural. He passed away fairly recently, but he would have loved your show. He let me listen to one of the audio tapes that he had on the sounds from hell in Siberia, and I copied it. He received his copy from a friend who worked at the BBC. It took me a while to find it tonight, but attached is that sound from my uncle's tapes.
Yeah,
It's
they're
not
gonna
the
play it.
greatest quality, but the sounds are there. I was very hesitant to send you this, as the sound bothers me to listen to. I'd suggest that if you do play it on the program, warn listeners in advance so they may have the
Yeah.
option of turning the radio off for 30 seconds while it plays. It has always haunted me. To those who discounted the Siberia sounds from Hell story, it is true, and I, for
And I don't
one,
even know if the radio show is real, because I think that's part of the hoax
Rick
too.
listening from Chicago. And so I submit now the cleaned, a better copy to you, and I warn you, what you are about to hear is very disturbing indeed.
Yeah, so that's the sound. There's like a lot of static and a lot of people in the background. Yeah, and that's like the whole noise. I think there's a little bit more to that, but yeah, that's it.
Below us. Dead Fairy. In 2007, a man
it's
named
the
Dan
famous
Davis
picture, I think.
posted some unusual photos on his website.
Yep,
Photos
yep,
of
yep, yep.
death.
That one, yep.
He claimed that a dog walker
Hold up. Famous. Oh, wait, very. Top 5 fairies. I forget what it's called. I think hybrid librarian. Oh, is he not around anymore? I forget what his name was. There's like this YouTube channel. Yeah. Old ass guy. Don't know if I'm gonna get copyrighted. Oh my god, yeah, there's weird shit here. Stop. Okay, just in case like something stupid happens. This is March 1st, 2012. Which one? Oh yeah, there's uncracked codes or whatever. I wonder if they're still relevant or if they have been solved. This was just 8 years ago, so who knows? Um, We're skipping that, please. There are many codes and ciphers in the world that represent fascinating, frustrating challenges for cryptographers. Here are 10 mysterious encoded messages that have eluded decipherment through the years and centuries. 10. What I used to watch. They just used to be more abstract, so you can like make your own sort of like I guess definitive like answer, and there would be text that accompanies them, kind of like a book. 1993, Shanghai, China. Allegedly issued to a mysterious General Wang. 7 gold bars are deposited to the U.S. bank or whatever, but they're so strange that they have raised many questions ever since. They displayed pictures of Chinese characters and identified script and cryptograms in Latin letters. The images are composed of strange symbols, people, and places that appear unrelated. This is like a hoax, right? Although part of the Chinese characters seem to mention transactions of $300,000 have not been discovered, but cryptos, other stuff like that. Standing outside the CIA quarters in Virginia is a mysterious encrypted sculpture. Created in 1990 by artist Jim Sandberg. It bears a message divided into 4 sections, which have yet to be fully cracked despite being in daily view of some of the nation's brightest cryptographers. Subject is much of speculation since the inauguration. 3 or 4 messages contain have been deciphered. Yeah, not the rest. It's weird that it's in Cyrillic or whatever Greek would be. It seems to contain an alphabet and a clear message, whatever, and references to treasures buried 200 feet from the statue itself. Okay, I don't know about this part. Yeah. Very interesting. The 4th section remains one of the most famous and solved codes in the world. This is the next part. The Dorabella cipher. Sir Edward Elgar was a famous English composer who lived from 1857 to 1934 in England. On 4th of July. Haha, fucking 4. Oh, wait, no. Fuck, I'm stupid. I'm a stupid American. 4th of July, I was about to say, but it's 14th. He sent a short ciphered letter to his friend Dora. We used to call Dorabella, thus giving the note its name, Dorabella cipher. What it actually says is doubtlessly a mere banality from one close friend to another. Banality? I forget what that means. It's like friendly message. So banality. A condition of being banal. Originality? What? Oh yeah, never mind. The fact of condition being what the fuck does banal mean? Oh, the fact of condition being fine. The lacking originality has to be obvious and boring. But it actually says it does this. Oh, okay. Yeah. But like nobody's been able to crack it. No, okay, because like usually how people crack these is that like they look at they're like, okay, the E is the most common letter in the English language. So like which one's the E, right? This is like a vowel right here. How many times it's like mentioned? But its inability to be deciphered has led to the letter becoming one of the most popular mysteries. I wonder if it's been deciphered now. Rohank code. The recorded history of this mystery script can be traced to 1883 in the little city of Rohank, Australia. Austria. When it was founded by a Hungarian Academy of Sciences, a fund was given to Hungarian work. Gustav, whatever his name is, first thought to be written in Old Hungarian. It was the first letter revealed to be a mix of languages, written from right to left, and included runes and other strange characters that have been determined to represent 42 letters and over 200 different symbols. Believed to be a hoax, though it has not conclusively been proved. The origins of this strange set of medieval writings remain unknown. And this reminds me of another thing. What is it called? The manuscript, whatever it's called. The Voynich manuscript, yeah, Voynich. I'm not sure I could show this in stream. There's not naked people.
Unknown Greek.
Oh fuck! Why'd I go on that one? Oh my god! No!
Researcher to apply himself.
They're fake. This is fake. So it's like kind of like that, to some degree, because it's the writing. That's what I'm talking about. Ricky McCormick's encrypted notes. Oh my god! I'm thinking of like fucking. What's his name? Nakao. Isn't like his last name McCormick from South Park? What is his name? Fuck. Why am I forgetting his name now? Kenny McCormick or something, right? It's kind of funny. Ricky McCormick was a high school dropout who lived in St. Louis region of Missouri. The 41-year-old unemployed man had a criminal record and lived with his elderly mother. At the time his body was found in a field, oh my god, with 2 small pieces of paper. Oh, Ricky could barely write document to have been written by 2 different hands, which led some to think that he was just a courier. Courier? What the fuck does that mean? Courier. A courier. Like somebody that a company of no define. A person employed the guide. Okay, so he was assisted, or he was the assistant. So he's sending a message to somebody, okay? So it was one of the top unsolved cases of FBI's crypto analysis and racketeering record unit. All attempts of the best cryptographers have failed to decipher the meaning of the notes. I wonder why. I thought I said real cheesecake. I am weird in that way. It's Bale Cyphers. Right? Bale? Bale. Fuck it. Yeah.
Beale. Beale.
Oh, they're Beale. Okay. Published in 1855 by James B. Ward, with a cover instantly captured interest. The pamphlet originally written by a man named Thomas Jefferson Bale. Oh my gosh, Thomas Jefferson, like the guy that founded like America? I'm just kidding. Contains a set of 3 ciphertexts. The second ciphertext, which describes a buried treasure, was deciphered using the old edition of the United States Declaration of Independence as key. Okay, that makes sense. But the final part of the code, telling the treasure's exact location in Bedford County, Hillside, remains unsolved. After I watched this video, I remember as a kid, because I was a kid, that was like what? Okay, we're in 2021, minus 2013. Fuck. 2021 minus 2013. 8 years ago. 8 minus, because I'm 20 now. Oh my god. I was like 12. I would not have been, when was it out? Okay, yeah, I would have been like 11. I would have turned 12 that year. Yeah, I was like 11. I was a preteen. Leading the many vain expeditions to find what is described in the treasure said to contain hundreds of pounds of gold, silver, and jewels estimated to be worth over 600 million today. $3 million. 2013 to today. Let's see how much that is. Uh, 2013. It's only worth I guess 8K more. Sick. But like this is probably solved, so I don't know. See, fuck, I don't even know how to say that. Degapayev, cipher. Degapayev. I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to say it. Spanish is not. Degapayev. Like, I thought that was an E. That's why. That's what I meant to say. Very interesting. The Dagabayev cipher appeared in the 1939 first edition of Code Ciphers, which Alexander Dagabayev, the author, invited to express his skills on a coded message that did not appear in later versions. The cipher consists of 79 blocks of 5-digit numbers that have never been decrypted. Latest studies have suggested that computational methods like genetic algorithms could help solve the mystery. Why? Did he fucking do something with DNA? Oh, I don't like question so much. Like copyright music or shit. Yeah, the Feistos disc. 1906, the archaeologist Luigi Bernier, while excavating in the basement of an ancient Minoan palace, the team found an unusual artifact impressed with the unique and sophisticated hieroglyphic script. This of Vaistos is a fired clay disc estimated to date between Vaistos. Is this thing like real? Still? It's captured the imagination. Authentic way. Oh, few scholars. Oh, interesting. Maybe one day I'll talk about it. So it could be. Well, there's people that. There's a few. It's like a minority that says it's fake. Honestly, I don't know. Pretty fucking good fake if it is. Cool. All this stuff is just shoved on the side. Nobody talks about these mysteries. Everybody's so predictable now. They all talk about the same fucking shit over and over and over again. And here is Hybrid Librarian, fucking 2013, like 8 years ago, basically, fucking talking about this stuff. And he doesn't even talk. He's not even an amiable sort of guy. That a strange artifact discovered nearby later A can provide this descriptive but unfortunately blah blah listen. Shug Burrow inscription. Shug Burrow Hall is an ancestral mansion located in England that became famous in 1952 when a book made public the existence of the Shepherd's Monument standing in a corner of its park, bearing a mysterious description which Darwin Dickens and the world's most famous code breakers failed to decipher. Estimated to have been carved about 250 years ago, the identity of the author of this curious sequence of letters remains a mystery. Oh, Svav. Oh, Swav. Don't like Latin. That looks like it. Like that. Oh.
Poyosvav.
Poyosvav. He's probably not bees. Cause like back then B's used to be like W's. So but like there's like a rule, so I'm gonna like type. I don't remember because I don't speak Latin, but I know this. That's it from that doesn't translate to anything. Now, who knows? Maybe that's like his sort of like signature or something. Some have suggested that the figure above the code is depicting the shepherds which give each other thumbs up. It may actually be a hint to the methods required to decrypt the message. Considering on the mystic arch, which looks like an entrance to a secret cave, has always been even leading to speculate that the message could indicate the whereabouts of the Holy Grail. Okay. Voynich manuscript. There we go. It's not a video if it's like that astrology with and divine diagram. Like a whole documentary. Maybe one day I'll watch it.
Had found the remains of
This
a
one reminds me
strange
of-
creature around Barstone Hill.
Hold up. There's also this other YouTuber I used to watch. I never subscribed to them. I never subscribed to those two guys because like I never fucking liked them. Not, I'm not being mean. It's just back then I was like scared. He still does stuff. Oh. covers a lot of the scary stuff. Every now and then I like watching his list.
Baines himself
I'm not sure if he
said
talks
that
in
it
them.
was the mummified carcass of a dead
Let's
fairy,
continue watching
and
this.
pointed out the intact ears, wings, hair, skin, and teeth.
It's fake, I think.
According to Baines, the fairy corpse had been examined by anthropologists and
Yeah.
forensic experts,
And it was
who
determined as
confirmed
fake.
that the body was genuine.
What?
X-rays had
No.
apparently shown that the creature had the same internal makeup as that of a small child, except for the fact that its bones were hollow, like a bird's, making it light enough to
Yeah, no,
fly.
it's fake.
Word about this discovery spread, and Baines's website started receiving 20,000 hits a day, with hundreds of fairy believers sending him emails about how they had found something similar too. Here's the thing though. Dan
He
Baines
faked
himself
everything.
was a sculptor and an illusion designer in London. He'd uploaded the images a few days before April Fool's Day and intended the whole thing to be a prank. He had no idea so many people would genuinely believe his sculpture was an authentic fairy
Yeah.
body. On April 1st, he
This
left
is
a comment
old,
on his website
old
declaring the
one.
whole thing had been a joke. He wrote, "Even if you believe in fairies, as I personally do, there will always be an element of doubt in your mind that would suggest the remains are a hoax. However, the magic created by the possibility of the fairy being real is something you'll remember for the rest of your life." Some believers refused to accept that fairies weren't real, and said that Baines was just trying to cover up the truth about their existence by releasing false information,
Yeah.
thus harming the credibility of fairyists.
I used to watch a lot of
Baines
list
continued
channels.
to
man.
receive a large volume of emails.
This is what
in the
reminds me
weeks
of
and months
almost
following his
the
conversion.
iceberg videos remind me of the list
It took him
channels,
up to
just
4
like
hours a day
transform
to reply to all of them.
a little bit.
In the end, he listed his fairy
And
sculpture.
so do
on
like
eBay.
the story channels too.
It sold for 280
Instead of like, you know, facts, you just get like fucking. I used to be walking down the alleyway when I saw my friend. He was scared, you know, stuff
CERN,
like that.
ritual hoax.
Stupid stuff like that.
CERN is the European
Oh, fuck.
organization.
Okay,
for
I've never heard
nuclear
of this one.
research.
Though I've
They
always.
operate the
Oh wait,
largest
no.
particle physics
Before he
laboratory in the
continues,
world.
I've heard weird shit. I've heard that like CERN summoned the devil, CERN summoned spirits, CERN summoned demons, ghosts, angels, talk to God,
Home
different
to
shit
the
like
Large
that.
Hadron Collider and other technical
So
marvels.
it's
The
like weird shit
organization's
like
main
that.
purpose
They add
is
like
to
a
provide the
religious
particle
connotation to this
accelerators
place
needed
for whatever
for
reason.
high-energy physics research. Yeah,
Even though it's
as
just
such,
physics.
Scientists from all across the world
Yeah.
make use of their facilities. Seeing how CERN are at the forefront of cutting-edge technology and research, there have, of course, been countless theories about what's actually going on there. Some think that CERN are experimenting with time travel.
Oh my
Others blame them
gosh!
for causing
whoa.
earthquakes.
Actually, they are.
Some even believe
Didn't they
that the
send like
scientists
some
there are opening portals
bits of
into hell
information back
and
in the
other
past?
dimensions.
Like only by like a second though.
All of these theories were
Like
of
I'm not
course,
even joking.
baseless.
And then I'm like not making this up. Um. Yeah, something like this. Like, of course, the quantum realm is crazy, so I'd recommend. They sent like pieces like by information I meant like qubits. That's how I remembered it. It was like a Seeker like video or something that I watched. Back then, I forget what Seeker was called. Seeker. Do they still have a few of their channels or old? Secret before name change. No, it wasn't Discovery. It was Discovery News. Oh, D News. Yeah. D News. That was their fucking D News. Now whatever pops up is this. And this used to be the guy that used to run everything. This video is old.
If I eat too much of this, am I gonna overdose?
Oh, I remember this. This is classic. Then they changed to like more like not corporate, but like more sleek.
How about too much of this, huh? Overdose on a bunch of seeming what? It turns out the kid has been
I used to watch a lot of this stuff. What was it? What was it bringing this up about?
That is, until 2016, when this found footage video.
Oh yeah, Seeker or what was known as D News before I think had like a video on that.
Leaked online.
Of course, I was not that type
The
of person that
video
would
depicts
research
an occult
stuff.
ritual being
Just,
performed
take
by
everything
CERN employees
face
at the
value,
Geneva
right?
facility. All of them dressed in black cloaks, gathered around a statue of
What a
Shiva.
fake ass video.
The footage appears to have been captured from a high vantage point by somebody outside the complex.
Okay.
The ominous clip ends with a woman being sacrificed and a clearly terrified cameraman running from the scene.
Yeah, because they're gonna sacrifice.
Theorists had a field day with this one. Rumors already existed
Yeah.
about strange activities going on at CERN, and this clip seemed to prove it. So, were the world's greatest minds using the Hadron Collider to summon the Antichrist, or to open up a gateway into another realm?
They weren't. No.
Well, something weird was definitely going on there. Because, believe it or not, this video genuinely had been filmed at the CERN facility in Geneva, in the site's main square in fact, where a statue of Shiva stands as a permanent display. Whoever the people involved were,
This
they
is
must have had access
probably a
boxes.
movie.
This gave more weight to the clip's authenticity. But even though the footage had been recorded at CERN by people who must have
It
worked
must have been like
the
movie
organization
producers.
itself said that the video was pure fiction, made by prankster scientists. A CERN spokeswoman came forward and announced that, quote, "These scenes were filmed on our premises, but without official permission or knowledge. CERN does not condone this type of spoof, which can give rise to misunderstandings about the scientific
Yeah,
nature of
definitely.
our work. Every year, CERN welcomes thousands of scientific users from all over the world, and sometimes some of them let their humor go too far. This is what happened
They
on this
fucking
occasion."
do that. What transition is this?
She concluded by saying an internal investigation
These
was
are not
taking place
Satanists.
to figure out which individuals were behind the fake footage. Despite the video being a hoax, a fairly large number of people still believe something sinister is going on at CERN, and that it somehow involves the occult. Just type in CERN ritual onto YouTube, and take a look at the comment section of any video.
Oh my god,
bound
you
to
get to
find
the
some interesting
Antichrist. Oh, they're fake.
Hi Walter, I got a new GF today.
This
Now
one sounds
we're getting to
familiar.
the dark stuff. Hi Walter, I got a new girlfriend today is referring to a video on YouTube, originally uploaded in 2009 by 2150 Studios. The re-upload is currently sitting at 1.5 million views. The video starts out normal enough, with a young man sitting alone in a room, talking to the camera. But he's not addressing his
Who's
entire
that?
audience.
As a juror.
He's specifically talking to someone called Walter, as if this video was uploaded just for him. The man explains how he had just met the most amazing girl at the mall that day, and describes how he went shopping with her at JCPenney's and a jewelry shop. With a
Why is
voice
the
that's
video so
struggling to hold back
scuffed?
excitement, the man says that he brought this girl back to his place. I know she hates cameras, Walter, but I'm gonna show you her anyways. You ready? The video suddenly cuts to a different area of the house.
Oh, that's scary.
We're now in some dingy basement. The man opens a door to reveal a tied-up woman cowering in the corner of a small
Shut
bathroom,
the fuck
crying
up.
and desperately begging for help. The man enters the room and slams the door behind him. The woman screams, and the video ends abruptly. This upload
Not
got a
cool.
lot of people talking.
There's similar ones too. If I remember, there was a whole series based on a home invasion that was actually just like the hyping up a movie that never came to be.
A young woman,
Or like
named
a
Kayla
small
Bell, had
amateur
gone
film
missing
project.
At the time the video went live.
But yeah,
and
that's
some
scary.
viewers noticed that the girl in the bathroom looked a lot like her. Fearing that this was
I
more than
hate-
just a joke, several viewers actually.
Okay, I hate how I'm gonna do this. Hold on. Oh, wait. Oh, I can't have them side by side. Fuck. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. They look pretty similar. Different teeth, but that could have been fixed later on, you know? Just kidding. Oh, it's gonna be dark. Oh my god.
Actually contacted the police about the video, and the owners of the YouTube channel were investigated.
Mm-hmm.
Kayla's own mother even watched the video and said, quote, "It sounded like her, looked like her. It gave me chills." It appeared as if there had just been a massive development in the case.
But it
The
wasn't.
video started being reported on by the media, and the comment section of the video was now filled with outrage. This prompted the owners of the channel to leave this comment on one of their other videos. "We apologize for any emotional harm caused by Hi Walter, I Got a New Girlfriend Today, produced back in 2009. There was no intention of it resembling any real person or event. The actors involved wish to extend their sympathies to the mother of Kayla Berg and sincere apologies for the emotional turmoil it caused." So as it turns out, this whole video was just an art piece designed to drum up interest in their YouTube channel. It had nothing to do with Kayla Berg, and it was just a coincidence that the actress resembled her. But imagine seeing
That's
this
sad.
before it was confirmed to be a hoax. I mean, the guy's actually a pretty good actor. He sells the part, and makes you believe that he really is some unhinged, nerdy guy who just snapped one day.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
Walter
I'm like, what the fuck?
Like this was some sort of revenge video.
Yikes.
But although this video did turn out to be fake,
It's
and
one
the
of those
creators
like
obviously didn't
weird,
intend to
like
cause any harm,
zany
a lot
videos of
people
the past.
thought
I
this was
swear.
real back in the day. And it's
Because like
extremely
nowadays, you don't see none of that shit. You don't see like a unhinged man. You see like, I have your whole location. I have calculated this all out. I am going to do like, you know what I mean? Like highly
that Kayla Berg's
scripted
mother was amongst
or ordered.
Disturbing
like,
movie
especially with
iceberg
ghost
rumors.
videos.
The horror cinema iceberg, aka the disturbing movie iceberg, has to be one of the most popular charts covered on YouTube.
Emocia 6 was
Wendigo made a very well received video dissecting each of its layers, and I highly recommend you check it out if you haven't already. The iceberg's exactly what it sounds like, a list of horror movies, ranging from the entertaining to the downright outlawed. The upper
yeah,
layers are
'cause
filled
there's
with the
something weird
standard
with
horror flicks we all know and love.
So the cut that I got the other day is getting like worse or like
With
scabbing
more
up.
obscure and obscene entries in the mid-tiers.
I talked about it yesterday.
But it's
I'm
the
pretty
bottom
sure.
few layers we're concerned with in this one.
Right?
Some of these titles
Like, getting
supposedly
annoying.
contain real-life
I'm like,
snuff,
what
and,
happened?
as Wendigoon himself refers to it, cheese pizza. Several of the Berg's inclusions most certainly do show real death. That much is true. Those, however, are all mixtapes, basically compilations of horrific footage already available on the ClearNet. But a snuff movie isn't just any film with a body in it. They have to include footage of a real-life murder taking place on screen. The entries on this iceberg that are said to contain real snuff and cheese pizza are, as far as I can tell, only rumored to exist.
He's not gonna do it. He's not gonna fucking show anything, right? Because I know what he's fucking talking about, and I don't want to
They're
fucking.
apparently only available on the
Not
dark
because
web,
I've seen anything,
but
but because
you'll
like
find people discussing their
you know,
existence on
cheese pieces
forums,
like
a lot of them
highly
just seem to be
weird
internet
conspiracy
urban
thing.
legends.
That's like
Don't get me
scary.
wrong, real horrible stuff.
I don't
is
want
out there,
anybody going down
and
that
some of
rabbit
the
hole.
movies on this
Because
iceberg
like it
are
links to
very
like
real and very
Clinton, then
horrible.
Epstein.
But the rumors that any of them contain anything illegal appear to be baseless.
Yeah.
Malepregnancy.com. This is a vaguely creepy website that's been online since
Oh my god.
1999.
Oh my god. Stop.
To become male mothers.
That video is like a staged human. Oh my god, I'm not gonna get banned on my. Yeah, basically, this. Okay, let me explain the whole hoax. There's people that are men that say like they can get pregnant. There were actually like what's the right word? 'Cause me okay, you all don't see anything, right? No, 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 no. Wrong. What is it called when Okay, because I guess like transvestite is like something like cross justice. Cross justice is just a better word. Um, what was I gonna say? Um, when there's a person that has like both body parts, like a penis and a vagina, they can get pregnant, but they can't fertilize themselves. Obviously, it's like if they associate themselves with a more as more male, technically you can say a man got pregnant, but that's if they're okay with that pronoun, right? That part isn't a hoax. What the hoax is like actual male people that actually have like a pot belly saying they're pregnant, and it's just like a joke, right? Black Death.
Chinese baby eating hoax. Last year, a number of photos began
probably
making the
shut off that
rounds on
website.
social media sites.
Oh no, not this one.
Photos
Fucking the
like
last
these.
one.
They were attached to news articles that claimed, in China, people eat fetuses to improve their health and boost their performance in the bedroom.
I hate how like
The
okay,
photos depicted a man
like this is
seated at a-
fake, obviously, but what I'm like scared of is like something stupid, like they actually like no, but they wouldn't use that. Like you know what I mean? I'm just getting scared because it's blurred.
Eating human
that's
baby soup,
basically my fear right now.
a rare delicacy that
I
apparently
don't want
costs
anything weird popping up.
$4,000 US. In one of the images,
I'm
he's
like,
taking a big bite straight out of the torso. These images sparked outrage online.
Yeah, I
Chinese
would be
users stepped
outraged
forward
too
to
if
say
I
that
was
the photos
global.
were fake, only for them to be lambasted by other users who took the images at face value. In reality, the claim that people in China eat herbal baby soup is nothing but codswallop.
Yeah,
And
that
as
is kind of
for the
racist.
photos, they were actually taken from a performance art exhibition in Shanghai that took place in the year 2000. The
Well, this
artist,
last one, I'm gonna
Zhu Yu,
check
titled this performance Eating People, and intended for it to be a commentary on human nature and our relationship with the law. The supposed baby was nothing more than a prop, and the rumours about there being rampant and socially acceptable cannibalism going on in China were of course nonsense.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, these images were intentionally taken out of context by lowbrow news publications for the sole purpose of causing outrage
So
and
they're
increasing
real?
traffic to their sites. Even more unfortunately, a lot of people blindly accepted these unverified reports and
Oh,
directed
okay,
a
good.
lot of anger at a lot of innocent people.
Wait, I'm like, okay, I'm
great
like, fuck. He said I'm good because I thought he was gonna confirm that they were fake. Okay.
Tonosho was a
Okay.
reality
Hopefully the
TV
pictures aren't
special
real.
that aired on Dutch TV back
Wonder
in
what this is.
2007.
I don't
The
watch
whole
TV shows, so I don't
program
know.
was like a one-off live game show.
De Grote and Donors.
It revolved around a terminally ill 37-year-old woman asking questions to 25 contestants. All of these contestants were in desperate need of a life-saving kidney transplant. You can see where I'm going with this.
What the fuck?
The woman whittled down the contestants until only 3 of them remained. It was then her job to pick a winner. The prize? Her kidneys after she died. During the completely live broadcast, viewers could text in with advice about who the woman should pick as the winner, with all of the proceeds going to the Dutch Kidney Foundation.
This is like fake, right?
As you can imagine, there was outrage before the show even aired, and the network received a plethora of complaints during its live broadcast. People were incensed at the idea of a show that was literally a game of life and death.
Oh my god, yeah, because this sounds horrible.
At the end of the show, the presenter revealed that the dying woman was actually an actress, that the whole thing had been staged,
good.
But that the contestants really were in desperate need of kidney transplants. The show was made to raise awareness about the low number of organ donors in the Netherlands. Anger quickly turned to understanding, and the day after the special aired, 30,000 donor forms were requested by people throughout Holland. 2 days later, that number was up to 50,000.
Does that help?
In the run-up to the show's broadcast, everyone involved
confused.
had maintained that the show was genuine. Lawrence Drillick, The chairman of the television network that aired the show later said, "It was very hard to keep this a secret and to tell this lie time after time. But I did it because of the good cause."
Mhm.
Of all of the hoaxes on this iceberg, this one undoubtedly made the biggest positive impact.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
2016 clown sightings.
Yeah, okay,
I'm
some
sure
of them were
you'll
hoax, some of
remember
them
the
weren't.
2016 clown takeover.
Yeah, I
This
remember
was a
this one.
phenomenon that lasted for a few months.
I was in
and
my
there were
Spanish
numerous
class,
sightings
I
of
remember. And there was always like, oh yeah, this is gonna happen. These clowns are gonna come to the school. And like around that time, I'm pretty sure that's when school shootings started rising up. Literally, our school actually got threatened with clowns coming to our school with fucking guns to shoot us up. They're like, we're gonna go to the first school, then the second school, which was our school, and then to the third school. And I was like, and like the teachers were like scared. A, B, the principal was like, oh hell no, this isn't good, right? So reported it to the police. And like they ended up arresting the people that like came up with the thing. But like because it was just like a hollow threat, it wasn't by a lot of time. Because back then
people
things like that
dressed
weren't
as evil
taken
clowns
seriously.
in incongruous places.
At least that's what I got. I remember from like
We're
this
talking
story.
Pennywise and
Oh,
Twisty.
not the story, but like the whole fucking
Most
thing.
reported
Some of my
sightings
friends
were
can
in the
attest to it,
USA
and I may
and
bring it
UK,
up if one of
though
them
other
comes up.
countries like Canada and Australia were also said to be heavily affected. Basically, you might be on your way home one night, minding your own business. When you
Oh
see a
no
group
no
of
no!
killer clowns.
And not only that, there's the with the clown thing. Before then, there were also said to be a lot of like disappearances by people dressed in clowns, stealing children, and God knows what they do with the children. It's really freaky and sad what
watching
clowns have
you from a
become.
tree line or a school
Main
playground.
line, and like it's like streamlined.
That's creepy
like
enough in
nowadays.
itself.
And
But in some
nowadays,
of
they're
these
no longer
reported
like a
sightings,
happy
the
figure,
clowns
right? They're
actually
just seen as like
chased,
butt of the
or even
joke,
attacked
or like
innocent bystanders.
worse, like malevolent or something.
Panic gripped the Western world. People were terrified they might encounter these evil circus performers. Even staying at home didn't feel like a safe option, with reports of clowns randomly going up to houses and tormenting the families inside.
Mhm.
A large number of people already had a phobia of clowns to begin with, but that fear had now spread to the formerly unafraid. Embassies started issuing warnings about the clown scare. Clown costumes were being banned left, right, and center. Even Ronald McDonald was forced to keep a lower profile.
Yeah,
And this was a bad
that was
time to be a
crazy. It
professional
would
clown.
only be like the M commercials.
Newspapers
Just
began
like
stating
McDonald's.
that the
M.
clowns were planning some type of purge event for Halloween. No such purge actually occurred on the 31st. but a
Why?
family
Why
in
would people?
Florida
And then
were
like
attacked by a group of 20 men wearing clown masks.
keep in mind, if what happened with the Area 51 raid happened that day with the clown raid, the world would be a completely different place. It would actually be like the bridge, I bet you. It'd be like changed, or it would be a dystopian future where like people were like highly trapped. Not saying that we're not in that sort of dystopia now.
After months of mass clown sightings, the general public had had enough.
Yeah.
They took to the streets with baseball bats and other implements and began actively hunting the clowns down.
No, that's not true. That part
Not
isn't
long
true.
after that, things seemed to quieten down, and as quickly as the phenomenon started, it had now disappeared. Thus
There were
ended
people that
the
armed
Great
themselves
Clown
though.
Panic of 2016. So despite some people believing that these clowns were really nefarious and trying to lure kids into
They
the
were
woods or
just
what have
hoaxes,
you,
or people
in
just
actuality,
poking fun.
It was just a bunch of
Suspicion.
youngsters dressing up and trying to scare people. I think that much most of us already knew. The reason this entry's even on the list, and so far down for that matter, is because of how few people realize that this was never a widespread occurrence at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because of all the reports we heard in the media about clown sightings, we all
Yeah.
naturally assumed there must have
Some
been
were made
hundreds
up.
of incidences. The truth is, very, very few of those reports
And
were
then
ever verified.
whatever made the way onto like
The majority
Musically
that
or
were
whatever the fuck it was called
turned up no
at the
evidence of
time.
there ever being any clowns at
or
the
staged
supposed
some of them.
location. Many sightings were proven to be outright fakes, and
Hmm?
several people were even arrested for falsifying reports. Websites were simply reporting on fake sightings and fake videos for clicks. Newspapers and TV stations picked up on those reports and began perpetuating the narrative. Scaremongering's a great business tactic. Now, don't get me wrong, there were definitely some isolated cases of people dressing up as these
Yeah.
killer clowns, but the vast majority began after the media picked up on a non-existent problem, and were nowhere near as prevalent as the news would have had us believe. So there were clowns roaming around in 2016. That much is true. But this wasn't some organized effort.
That's a
and
nasty,
it didn't happen to the extent that the news had us believing.
What is it called? Not Image.
Polybius.
Oh, Polybius. Yeah, this is another hoax.
Was allegedly
By
an
Sinish
old
Lawson.
arcade game that came out in
Sinish
1981 and only existed for about a month. It
Or did I
appeared
just
in
start talking
several
like a different
arcades,
language? I'm like, oh,
exclusively
agora
across
vi
Portland, Oregon.
Sinish Lawson.
But despite the title never receiving any marketing, it proved to be an instant hit with the local gamers. Those who played it seemed to
language that
immediately
I just
become
made up
addicted.
right now.
Lines formed around the other machines, with people getting into fights about
Polybius.
which town was next.
Have you
But those
heard
who
of
reached the front page
Polybius?
unscathed
It's a
and actually
game
got
that
to play
has
Polybius
many
experienced
backgrounds,
some
many
unexpected
versions.
side effects. Seizures, bits of amnesia, insomnia, night terrors, and hallucinations, just to name a few.
Polybius.
Despite making their lives a living hell, the gamers couldn't stop themselves from playing Polybius.
Bro, there's like
They became almost obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Every so often, men dressed in black suits would appear at the arcades and inspect each Polybius
And
machine.
that part's fake, obviously.
And, according to some, they were even
We've seen
seen
the
collecting
thing
some
before.
unknown
I'm not
data
sure if the
from
video's
cabinets.
uploaded yet.
Not money, data.
I'm pretty sure
These
it
men in
has.
black were actually CIA operatives tasked with analyzing
No,
Polybius's psychoactive
really?
effects on its players. You see, Polybius was part of MK Ultra, a real-world US government program that experimented on unaware and unwilling members of the public in order to develop mind control techniques. In 1976, the program was exposed and was subsequently shut down, but Polybius was said to be evidence of the program's continuation, proof that they were experimenting on players and sending them subliminal messages.
The
People caught
fucking
wind of this
Russian
and wanted
game
to
too,
expose
that.
what was happening. But just
Oh,
as
they are
quickly
Russian,
as the game arrived, it disappeared completely.
Mm.
Overnight, every
No.
Polybius arcade machine was gone, never
No.
to reappear.
Oh.
In one sense, though, Polybius is alive.
The whole
and well
documentary.
today. It's been included as an Easter egg on The Simpsons, and popular content creators like the Angry Video Game Nerd have done deep dives on it. This Polybius video by Ahoy has reached over 6 million views, so there's clearly still a lot of interest in exploring this legend.
That's the video I'd recommend
But
watching.
that's all Polybius ever was. A legend. The history of arcade
It
machines
sounds like
has
he's
been
like
extensively
talking to the demon.
documented since
That's
their
how you
inception.
ever were. An
There's not a
inscription
single
in a
mention
piece
of
of
Polybius
paper.
in any
And the
trade
demon
or
goes,
consumer magazine.
you know what I mean? Just like
The legend
he
itself
dies
is
or
believed to
something.
have originated in the year 2000 and was probably dreamt up by a guy named Kurt Koller to drive traffic to his website.
Oh my god, please. We already
MK
know.
Ultra?
Don't repeat everything.
Real. Polybius. Not so
Nah.
much.
Yeah.
That being said,
Oh,
fans
there's
of
another one
Polybius
with the
legend have
CIA.
developed a hypnotic video game inspired by the myth.
There's another
Designed
thing
so that players can
about MK
experience
Ultra.
the
There was
old
like a
80s
CIA
brainwashing
experiment
game
that like
never
looked into
really
mind
existed.
control and like telekinesis, telepath, which is the precursor to MK Ultra. Though I'm not sure, which is something I just made up right now. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? The Abyss. The Abyssians from
Apollo 20. Apollo
They're
20
making the
refers to
Artemis
a set
mission
of
for
internet
NASA.
videos that supposedly
2025
show
is their
a
due
hibernating
date.
Female extraterrestrial. The alien in the footage has since come to be known as Mona Lisa and is said to have been recovered during the classified Apollo 20 mission of 1976.
Okay.
The videos appeared
Okay.
online in 2007, a full 31 years.
You know what this
after the
reminds me of?
clandestine mission had actually taken.
This thing is not an actual face, it's an illusion that makes us see a face. This reminds me of this.
place.
And this is
Retired
on Mars.
American astronaut William Rutledge was the man behind the upload and claimed that he had been the commander of the Apollo 20 mission. According to Rutledge, the top secret mission had been conducted jointly by the US and the Soviets, and his crewmates were astronaut Leona Snyder and cosmonaut Alexei Leonov.
Why did he say
While on the mission,
cosmonaut?
they encountered a disabled spacecraft, which they intercepted and boarded. Inside, they found a female humanoid in stasis. The alien life form, Mona Lisa.
Okay.
In the footage, the crew can be seen
Looks
examining the
sick.
extraterrestrial and even removing her strange facial covering. Rutledge said that the crew took her back to Earth for study, along with some other artifacts they found.
Whoa, how?
Rutledge,
Just
who
kidding.
had personally taken the videos,
I
and
always
was still
want
in
this to
possession
be a
of the
book.
tapes, believed it was time to get the word out. The videos certainly have a realistic.
This would be such a. If this is a book, I don't know. I feel like the themes would be like. Obviously, like the hiding of information would be one of the themes, but above that, it would also be the questioning of ethics, morality. Wait, isn't ethics just morality? Hold up, let me remember. Because ethics is like how you should work, right? Moral principles. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Funny how like Google's like, yeah, you want to fucking survey about ethics. Let's see, what would another thing be? Probably well, no, because that's like the topic. I don't know, like probably like growth. We'll see like our character, the
Mona
main
Lisa
guy that
herself
filmed this
certainly
grow
appears
or
lifelike.
something. I don't know.
But the thing,
And then tie it back to works of art and stuff.
the Apollo 20 mission never
Is
actually
the
happened.
aliens named Mona Lisa?
It was scrapped after Congress voted to cut NASA's budget, along with Apollo missions 18 and 19. Now that's not going to persuade any contrarians in the audience. They'll just say, well duh, the mission was classified. Of course they're gonna say it didn't happen. Yeah, fair enough. But the fact is that this footage has already been thoroughly debunked by amateurs and experts
That'd be so cool
alike.
though. It was a book.
The videos make use of footage from previous NASA missions, spliced together with new footage that, although appearing realistic, has been confirmed to be fake. The final nail in the Apollo 20 coffin is the fact that it was originally uploaded to YouTube on April 1st.
Yes,
It
that's
was all
April
just
Fool's.
an elaborate, well-executed hoax. Even so, if you go to the comment section of any Apollo 20 video on YouTube, you'll still find loads of people who genuinely believe the footage is real. SpongeBob Brazilian defecation broadcast. So this strange entry purports that there was a lost episode of SpongeBob SquarePants that only ever
In
aired once on TV.
Portuguese?
That one screening was in Brazil in 2016, just before the
Ardeme
Olympics in Rio.
progreso.
What was strange about this episode was
Portuguese.
Ordem e progresso.
that during one
I like
scene,
hearing how they
Squidward
talk.
was
They talk
moved
like weird. They like enunciate.
clarinet when he accidentally
Like enunciate. No, enunciate.
hits the brown note.
It's been said that like Spanish sounds like Greek. Yeah, like Greek from far. Whereas Portuguese apparently sounds like Russian from far. As to if I believe that, I don't think so. But what was I gonna say? Maybe it's up to you, right? If you think that in the comments, whenever this gets uploaded on YouTube in the future, do you believe that with this fact that I said, or what? So yeah. But say goodbye. What the fuck? This is like another fucking 40 minutes.
For those who don't know, the brown note is an
19x.
infrasonic frequency that, when heard, causes
Made
the
you
listener
shit?
to take a trip to Browntown. Apparently, this episode actually used that specific frequency, and hundreds
No.
of people across Brazil lost control of their bowels at the exact same
Shut
moment
the
while
fuck.
watching the show.
Shut the fuck up.
Many of them were so
Shut
heavily
the fuck
affected
up.
that they had to be rushed to hospital.
This sounds like a fucking scuffed version of the creepypasta for Pokemon Fire Red. Or no, for Pokemon Red, Blue, Green, whatever the fucking other version is. Pikachu version. It's like, suddenly, what is it called? Lavender Town syndrome. Instead of like Lavender Town syndrome that these kids are getting, it's like fucking Brown Town syndrome. Where they're fucking shitting themselves because of SpongeBob.
This had some people speculating that the episode had been intentionally weaponized and was
Oh
being
my
used
God.
to intentionally target Brazilians.
Yeah.
Understandably,
Mhm.
the episode was immediately pulled from the air and never screened again.
Hmm.
The reason most people never heard about this incident was because it was quickly covered up by the opening ceremony of the Olympics. Neither the Brazilian government nor the SpongeBob team wanted anyone to hear about what had happened, so they quietly swept it under the rug. Or, perhaps more fittingly, flushed all the evidence away.
Shut the fuck up.
Wait a second. What's that sound? Oh, batten down the hatches, everyone, because what you're hearing is the Brown Note. Apologies if you just lost control of your bowels, but if you did,
Oh
I
shit,
can
I
assure
shit
you
myself. I
that's
gotta
just
go.
a coincidence, and it might be worth getting a checkup. That's because the so-called Brown Note is only hypothetical, and all attempts to demonstrate its existence using sound waves have failed. That's how we know this SpongeBob broadcast never actually happened. It was all a hoax, one that seems to have originated on 4chan. Still, this entry was too funny not to include. Speaking of which,
Oh my god, this is so
the
stupid.
peanut butter and mayonnaise panic. When you think about foods that pair well with peanut butter, what sort of things
Mayonnaise?
spring to mind?
Mayonnaise?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay,
Jam.
but like that's not the best.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Mayonnaise?
Hell
Maybe if you're
no.
a psycho. But the peanut
What
butter
the
and mayonnaise
fuck?
panic of 1969 doesn't revolve around people eating either of the food stuff at all.
Is it like sexual? Don't tell me
Due to
sexual.
a huge misunderstanding in the late 60s, big newspapers were all of a sudden reporting that teenagers were injecting themselves with peanut butter and mayonnaise. Apparently, by combining those two ingredients,
That is going to my Twitter. That is going to my Twitter. OMG. Wait, can I not shrink it on Twitter? Fuck. It's shooting up fucking. Oh my. Let me copy. Fucking tweet this on my no context. See
butter
that.
and
My
mayonnaise.
god.
Apparently,
Peanut butter
by
in your
combining
veins. That's a way to get like your veins clogged instantly for life.
two ingredients, some sort of chemical reaction took place that produced psychedelic effects when inserted straight into the bloodstream.
The war on drugs
According
is
to some news
magical.
outlets at the
Oh my
time,
god.
It had something to do with the fat globules.
Like almost like people were like taking mushrooms
Headlines
to
were
make
being
this shit
printed in
up.
papers across the entire USA, and people genuinely started to believe that the youth of America were not only being corrupted by the mind-altering substances
You know what? I think my dad brought this up as a joke too. At some point.
of PB and mayo, but dying from this concoction en masse. This concern even reached the highest echelons of government, with references to the panic being present in a 1969 Senate committee report,
No.
as well as in Richard Nixon's presidential papers.
Of course.
Yeah, this panic really was a big deal. Now, obviously, the only trip you're likely to take if you inject peanut butter and mayonnaise is a trip to the
my
afterlife,
God.
and there weren't any medical records of anyone injecting themselves with PBM mayo. So why were the papers reporting that this was such a widespread
It's a
problem?
fucking hoax for April Fools.
Well, it all started when two government officials caught wind that students were sharing around a secret underground recipe book. This book apparently described various culinary escapes from reality. One of the recipes was the PBM mayo formula. The media quickly picked up on their claims, and the misinformation spread like wildfire. But it was all just hysteria.
Kids shitting up peanut butter. Oh my God. That sounds something straight out of a SpongeBob episode. Just like citizens shooting up peanut butter.
Peanut butter and mayo were both slang terms for other substances at the time.
Yeah, they
and
were.
Maybe the government officials took that too literally. But where this idea of an underground cookbook came from is anyone's guess. Dig Your Roots / After School Special.
Don't know.
We've already touched on the concept of snuff films, but just to recap, they're movies in which a person is
somebody gets
genuinely
killed
murdered on camera.
Didn't
Most
something
films
like that
purported
happen
to
with
be
like a
snuff
Jackie Chan
actually turn
movie?
out to be fakes.
I feel.
There are real, authentic movies that show people being killed. These films are then sold on the black market, usually for large sums of money.
Yeah.
They're quite hard to find, because, for obvious reasons, their creators are only selling to a very specific clientele on very specific, hidden platforms. But some of them have been leaked and shared around in the past. Last year, a rumor started spreading about a new snuff film that had found its way onto the ClearNet. The original upload on Bescore had been titled After School Special, but people were now referring to it as Dig Your Roots. Here's how one viewer described it. 2 adults viciously stabbed 2 kids to death in a bedroom.
Jesus
A third
Christ.
person films the whole thing. The victims look to be about 10 or so. I think they're inside one of the boys' bedrooms, because it looks like a kid's bedroom. There's a black and white poster on the wall for some country band that features a couple of toddlers and says, Dig Your Roots. That's how the video got its name. Dig Your Roots is the 3rd studio album by country music duo Florida Georgia Line. So in forum conversations about dark internet videos, the Dig Your Roots video started being mentioned from time to time. Most people didn't claim to have actually seen it, but had heard this description from other users, and because it kept getting brought up.
Oh,
everyone
it just
thought that
it
really
became
did
like
exist.
chainmail, basically. Well, not chainmail, but like it's like the game of telephone.
From 3
It's like
Guys,
the
One
one.
Hammer to the infamous Funky Town video, snuff does occasionally pop up on certain dark websites. Dig Your Roots, however, doesn't exist. It was all a hoax, perpetrated again by 4chan. There was a small thread where people were proposing titles for fake,
La
lost
Boca
media,
Raton,
then
cold
asking
feet.
others to come up with concepts based on the name.
Mouth, rat.
They'd then
cold
try and trick
takes.
non-4chan users into believing that these fake videos were actually real, basically spreading believable lies and rumors to see what would stick.
Jimmy Carter meltdown.
From there, gullible people would spread the rumors around for them. For example,
Funky Gate.
one
What
of the
the
titles
fuck is
the OP
Funky
proposed
Gate?
was Channing Tatum death footage. Another user chimed in with his idea about what to spread. Channing Tatum death footage. Aftermath war footage of some dude that kind of looks like Channing Tatum. His head is mashed, so it's not like you can tell he really looks like him. Another person in the thread said that this spreading of fake info really does work, and claimed to have been the person
Yeah.
who came up with the despair code, a concept that's been covered by loads of YouTubers at this point. In amongst all these replies,
How have I? What the fuck is a despair code? Hold up. I've never heard of that. Despair code. Wait, what? Oh, it's okay. So for my 5 seconds of digging, it's just like a way to like, I guess like make you depressed in like an instant. No, not instant, but like it'll make you go into like a descent into madness, basically, kind of like Hamlet.
Was the
Somewhat,
idea
kind
that
of
dig
like.
your roots
Well, not
without
somewhat,
any-
but like I'm just putting it. My picture is like
Thankfully, this video doesn't exist. If this whole thread proves anything, it's that we should constantly be questioning what we hear from strangers
Yeah.
online. Hundreds
Exactly.
of people may tell us
Fuck.
something does or doesn't.
Like for example, if I say some of my stories, you guys should be like, is he getting them from fucking Reddit or what? I don't get my stories from Reddit. I don't get my stories from anywhere. I make them up myself. Some of them are real. Like actually, like I don't know, like what happened that day. Some of them I'm like, oh, it's a ghost and stuff, and I'm just like, like at the end of the day, I don't think ghosts are real or anything like that, right? And so like whenever like there's ghost channels and stuff, I just like reminding everybody once a month that they're not real and scary. I just like looking at scary content. It's like where urban explorers maybe get like a rush of like adrenaline when they go fucking explore. I get a rush of adrenaline watching scary videos. Okay, that sounds bad. That sounds bad. Yeah, that's stupid. Nah, I just like watching them because like they're
And
interesting.
They
to,
genuinely
like,
believe what they're telling you is true.
Really like
but if
pick
they have
apart.
bad or perhaps zero evidence to back up their claims,
No, I should get
they're
like
most
an
likely
actual
just a
structure.
victim of disinformation themselves. Ask questions, demand verifiable proof.
Yeah.
And don't be like them.
Exactly.
3 orangutans, 1 blender.
This
3
sounds like a
orangutans,
really
1
bad
blender
porn
refers
film.
to
Oh
a
my
rare
god.
online video that few people have ever seen, but those who have watched
This
it
is like
say it's one of the
bestiality.
most
Oh my god.
disturbing clips in existence. Rumors about 3 orangutans started spreading all the way back in 2008 when YouTuber Damanico uploaded the first ever reaction video to it. In the years that followed,
Oh, they're killing the
many
animals.
reactions to 3 orangutans
Oh, don't tell
were
me
uploaded
that.
to YouTube.
God, my mind is like going
The
places.
reactor appears disgusted by what they're seeing. The same hip-hop music can be heard in the background of each reaction, along with the same screaming ape noises, suggesting that
It's
all
like
of
a
these
really
reactors
early
were
TikTok.
watching the same video. As for what the footage is actually of, the most famous account comes from a guy called Roberto Martinez. He made an extremely long post about the contents of the video, so I'll just give the SparkNotes version here. 3 orangutans, 1 blender is a real video that can now be found on the dark web. It was published during 2006, but wasn't found until later. Here's what it is. So the music makes it sound like it's okay, but the video is horrifying. In the video, there are these Indian or Brazilian army men wearing yellowish, greenish camouflage. They walk into a building and take beaten, damaged, caged orangutans and
Oh, it's
brutally
so
cut them up
sad.
with machetes, then begin pouring bleach and what looks like lemon juice all over them before shoving them into this weird machine that is definitely not a blender. It's this big machine that has blades that spin like a blender, but it's not. The machine has no roof, but it has a balcony with rails that circle around the top, and 2 steel platforms on both sides above
I
it,
am not
going
okay.
across the
Eh?
outside.
You're a new chatter that just fucking came into my fucking chat, and you sent me a link. And when I'm fucking hearing about 3 orangutans, 1 blender, so no, I'm not gonna click on the YouTube link. Fuck, now I'm on edge. Unfortunately, I won't be clicking on the link.
A bridge.
I'm like
Whatever it is, it
disturbed
brutally slices
by
some of
this
the
fucking
orangutans into a
guy.
bloodbath of
But
pieces,
welcome to
leaving
my
some
chat, I
still alive,
guess.
screaming in agony and pain.
If you
while
could
some of them
describe what the
are
YouTube
laughing.
link is,
Then, this fat guy
there's
in
only
yellow
like a
camouflage
1%
suit
more
jumps
chance I
inside the
click on
machine
it.
and uses a chainsaw to butcher 6 of them.
I don't mean to be
They
mean.
take the last 3 male orangutans
Jack
and walk them to a
Sparrow.
cabin
God,
in
you
the
got
jungle
lucky in your
where there
name.
are
Holy
3
fuck.
tigers waiting.
It's like from Pirates of the
They have
Caribbean.
the tigers slowly eat and rip off the private parts of these orangutans. They throw the orangutans on the ground, taking turns pouring some lemon juice on them.
Oh my god,
before
it sounds
brutally butchering
horrible.
while laughing,
Now you
throwing
see,
pieces of
ghost
their
videos don't
bodies
fucking make
back
me
into the
scared.
machine and slicing
They
it
don't
all up.
disturb me at all. But fucking accounts like
The
this,
video ends
they're
there.
horrifying.
I think the only reason it's called 3 orangutans, 1 blender is because only 3 of them last to the end. The video was so gruesome that it became harder to find on the ClearNet. You can also see that there are human remains inside the machine with the orangutans. There are 97 men and 19 orangutans counted in the video. Some of the men are shirtless, showing off their tattoos. It's so messed up, you'll wish those guys were dead. Also, all of the men have a strange symbol on their hats or shoulders. The video appears to take place at a camp in the middle
What
of the
the
jungle
fuck?
during the afternoon, with trucks, sheds, and cabins in the background. The original video was 3 hours long and didn't have music, but the video you'll find is only 1 minute and 50 seconds long and has a weird hip-hop beat that covers everything except for the screams of the orangutans.
Just the
and
song?
sound of the
Thought you
machine.
shut the fuck
The
up.
video was posted in 2000.
No, it's not just a song. I'm not scared. I'm disturbed. Wait. You sure it's just a song? Fuck. By the way, thank you for describing. Better not be the fucking video. The guy, how he explained it too, is like the fucking video like has like a song that makes everything seem like it's okay. Like, let me see. I'm going to mute just in case. I am disturbed. That video rattled me. Because like, everything was going fine, you know, there was like bullshit stuff. The Voynich manuscript is yet to come. I don't think that's gonna be the thing though that comes up. Cause like money. Oh my gosh, you're a BTS stan. I'm just kidding. No, it's Blackpink. I don't know why. I was like, I don't know why. My friends were always into K-pop. But what was I gonna say? I always associate Blackpink with BTS, even though they're not. They're like two different groups, different genders and stuff. Weird. Anyways, thank you for linking the song.
Decades ago. Anyways, you're welcome. But seriously.
Again, I was rattled.
don't
This entry was horrible.
Okay, so that's some extremely disturbing imagery.
Yeah.
But you'll be happy to hear that no matter how hard you try, you'll never actually be able to track this video down.
Be good. Oh my god.
3 orangutans, 1 blender is a myth. Just like the Baby Burger video it's based off. No such clip exists. All of the reactions
He has
to it
fucking
simply
videos
make
of
use the same
orangutans in the
beat,
background.
giving the illusion that the clip actually existed. Roberto's account of the video was just him playing along with the hoax too. In fact,
Well, something like
there are plenty of
cold.
accounts about what this video actually contains, and they
Like
all say
40
something
how many?
different.
What's the temperature right now?
As dark as some of those fake stories are, my
38 degrees. Oh
is that
god,
it's
that's the
just a video
coldest.
of someone preparing a smoothie for 3 excited orangutans. Kind of wholesome.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Andreas Balminas, Snathel.
Whoa, this guy's like interested in this stuff.
February of 2013. Andreas Balminas was a Latvian man living in the UK.
Oh, wait, have you heard of any
Police
of
in Lancashire
these?
received a tip
Wait,
from the
wait.
Russian
Yeah, I
intelligence
have a question.
that Balminas
Have you seen any of these videos? Fucking excuse me. Let me rephrase that question. Have you seen any of these entries or anything like that? Or have you seen this video? Because like what was I gonna say? This whole thing is interesting.
Balminas was in possession of illegal video
It's like
material.
earlier in the year I did a
This tip
presentation on
turned out to be
hoaxes
legit.
live just because like it was for
They
fun.
raided his apartment.
And these are
found
way
countless
better
messed up
entries
videos
because they did the
from Japan,
typical like Bigfoot
Russia,
and stuff,
and various other countries.
and like
one of them
aliens
stood
and
out in
other
particular.
stuff. And this guy's bringing
A
up like
20-minute
interesting
home movie
points and
featuring a
different
blonde girl
things that
about
many people
14
probably
years
don't
of
bring up
age.
nowadays.
This footage disturbed even the most seasoned of officers.
Like
In the video, the girl begged a man who
honestly,
wasn't
like on
bound
YouTube,
for her life.
until like today, I
Yeah.
didn't know like what the
ignored her
fuck snuff
pleas
was,
and strangled her with
and
a
I've been
wire,
on YouTube for like a
forcing her
long
to foam
time.
at the mouth and her eyes to roll
No,
back.
not as a YouTuber, but like as somebody that
It's
watches.
the
it.
worst thing I've seen by a country mile, said Detective Constable Edward Wenham. In the footage, a man in his 40s was decorating. He had a goatee beard, and you could see his face quite clearly. The young girl came into the room and asked him for some money. It was apparent that the man was either her father or stepfather. the man began to shout obscenities. Then he strangled her. After that, he laid out a clear
Because like what snuff
plastic
is
sheet
like
and laid the
a
body in
real
it,
person being
then wrapped
killed
it
in
tightly
the
around
film
her. It took about 3 minutes for
and
this.
put into the film.
My firm belief is that she was definitely killed. The judge who sentenced Bauminas agreed that while it was difficult to be certain that the girl had perished on camera, she most likely had. Still, there was no evidence that Bauminas was involved in the making of the video, so he only received 8 months behind bars for possessing it, as well as for possessing
Did I watch the new
numerous other sick
Spider-Man
materials.
movie? No, I'm a poor college student. What was I gonna say? I'm barely how do I say? Getting to like the well, hopefully this year at internship, so I get like some money and like stuff like that. But yeah, I and like the worst part is, like yeah, I just don't have money fucking to go watch. And then like I'm pretty sure by now all my friends have watched this. Like if I were to watch it now, I'd be watching it like alone, right?
Investigators began looking for any clues to the girl's identity. Judging by her accent, she was American, but that's about the only thing they had to go on.
But I
other
wish
than
I
her
did.
Face, and the face
It's
of
been
the
a long
woman
time since I
who
watched
killed her.
Spider-Man or any movie.
They
Quite
hit a
frankly,
wall. For 15 months, they took no further action.
like over like
They didn't even send the video to the CEOP or to any
the last
US
time I actually
agencies to run through
watched
their
the movie
powerful
was like
facial
maybe like 2
recognition
years
software.
ago.
When UK government ministers heard about that, they
But
said
like
there had been a massive
I'm not like a
breakthrough
big
in
movie
policing.
guy, unfortunately. It's
Labour
like I
MP
couldn't tell you
Tom
like all
Watson
these
said,
films and stuff.
If the view of the judge
Fortunately.
and police in this case is true, then Britain's police have
Like I
sat on
guess that's why I
evidence
didn't
of a
know about
child murder
Snuff
for over
or
a year.
the other one.
It's negligent and scandalous that the utmost urgency has not been applied with this case.
It's like I thought that it's
Should
just
have
like, oh yeah,
immediately
if somebody
been informed,
dies in film,
and
it's
the
just like a
NCA
dark web
should have
video
picked up the
or some sort
investigation.
of like movie that just went
There was
wrong.
public outrage that so little had been done to ID the perp or the victim.
But what was I gonna say?
As a result, the
Yeah,
video
like,
was passed along
I've
to the
watched
CEOP.
like the movies I've actually watched are like the
Okay.
only one I really
So
remember
this
is
the
like
part of the
Jumanji,
breakdown
but
where I
that's because
confirm
like
the
I've
girl
watched it
and the
like
man were just actors, right?
every 2 to 3 years.
Well, here's why I
Like,
saved this
as
entry
it's
for
sort of like
last.
ritual.
I've looked all over, but
In
I
other
can't
words,
find
like a
any
habit,
definitive
right?
proof online that this was a hoax.
But yeah,
All of the
God,
write-ups
I'm
and
not big.
articles I've
I'm
read
not big
about
into
this
movies,
end there,
unfortunately.
with the video being passed along to more specialized authorities.
Possible
But there's no
murder
mention of
victim?
the film being confirmed
The
fake.
result.
If it was real, it seems weird that the killer would happily appear on screen without a mask. That's a big risk. Then again, in other confirmed snuff films that have come to light, there have been killers who have shown their face.
By the
Not
way,
to
if
mention,
you're interested,
every
I'm
officer
watching
who viewed the
Lazy
footage said it was extremely
Masquerade. I
realistic
think that's
and made them sick to their stomachs. I was convinced that this
it's
was
scary.
not acting and that the girl was dead, reiterated DC Venom. If she had been play acting when the plastic was wrapped around her face, she wouldn't have been able to keep so still. If it was acting, it was better than an Oscar-winning performance.
What happened to the girl
The
though?
eyes didn't blink or move at all. So this hoax's iceberg actually ends on a potentially dark note.
Yeah.
Maybe this was an authentic snuff film after all. If so, both the girl and the perp remain unidentified, and the film that features her final starring role has yet to be leaked on the ClearNet.
Nice.
Sadly,
Wait,
with guys
no,
like
wait. Why did I
Bauminas
say
in this
nice?
world,
Oh my god,
there'll
what the fuck's
always
up?
be a market for this sort of thing. I know we've talked a lot about hoaxes today.
Why did I say
but that's
nice?
the
What the
reality.
fuck?
We all
Oh my god. I have this issue where like I just say nice or like I'm just trying to like that's it so like oh, okay, yeah, like affirmative thing like okay, yeah. Like when somebody says like did you know this and that and you're like yeah. Sometimes they say nice, right? Like that's a Freudian slip, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. That's interesting. This was really interesting. I like dislike it. Oh my god, that'd be so fucked. So I'd recommend watching this one. This is it follows like the iceberg thing. It's not like it's not like your typical like list, right? Because I feel like iceberg videos are like list videos, except like there's no list. Because like this is your typical list. Top 10 most mysterious places. Yes, chapters. When the fuck did he do this? He hasn't uploaded in like 3 years. This is like your list videos back then. Nowadays, like it's like iceberg videos. Except there's like topics and stuff. Nazca lines. Gobekli Tepe. And there's like text and stuff, right? Anyhow, let's see what else we can watch. Cause like again, I can. Oh, it's 2 a.m. Oh God, I really did overstep my bound today. Well then, I guess we'll end off on this note. That there might have been like a possible murder in a fucking movie. So thank you all so much for coming by. I unfortunately have to go to sleep now. Because like it's 3 a.m. and usually I'm not a late night sleeper, like past like 3. But yeah, what was I gonna say? I'll see you all later. I'll see you all tomorrow. This isn't my usual content either, right? So yeah, good night, good day, whatever it is, and good night. Tomorrow I'll be back with either Pokemon or a new game. I have to make my mind up. It's the next week. Yeah. Bye.